I'm just going to come tomorrow. If we postpone a class, I will replace. That one is a promise. If the lights don't come back today, tomorrow I'm going live again. We need to get you a generator. And Cindy, we can wait. Okay, wait for the light to come back and come back. Okay. Will the generator... Yes, a generator would... I don't even know how to install a generator, guys. Come on. Okay. So you will announce. Yes, I always announce on my stories. And today's topic was so interesting. I'm so interested in explaining the things that I want to explain today. But, you know, we need a portable... Don't worry. Even a portable generator can stop you working. Learn to flow like water. What you cannot control, you maneuver. Okay? Yes. Even me, I'll wait. Now that you guys are waiting, let me just wait and see how long it's going to take. Jax, thank you so much. I'm just going to wait and be with you guys in the dark like this and wait for how long it's going to take. Maybe it is now going to sound like a podcast. Somebody wants to go live with me. Should I accept? Let me accept. Should I accept? Let me accept alone in the dark. Oh my God, this is a joke. Wait. How are you?
I'm well. What is black?
Yeah, it's black over here. I'm in Africa.
Oh.
We are black.
No. I'm not racist. I'm live.
Yeah, in Africa we are black like this, so don't worry. What's your name?
My name is Shahmir.
How are you, Shahmir?
I am well, thank you. How are you too?
Which country are you from?
I'm from Russia.
Oh, that's amazing. Tell me about Russia.
Watch.
You're currently in Russia as we speak?
19. Watch.
Huh?
Time? You want to time or what?
I'm asking you, how is Russia? How is Russia?
Our is good, but have many sanctions.
So you don't know how to speak proper English now?
Yes, my English bad. 50,
how old are you?
19.
You're?
19.
Oh, you're such a baby.
I'm no baby. I'm big boy.
What do you do in Russia?
I'm studying. I'm studying in high school.
You're studying what?
Studying high school.
Oh, you're in high school at 19. So you've not gone to university yet? Okay, let's finish this game and then we go. You in 19 is so old to be in high school though.
Yes. My really age is 17.
I thought so. Anyway, where are your people? Where are your gifters?
I don't know. How old are you too?
I am twice your age. Minus
20, yeah?
Minus 8. Twice your age. Minus 8. I am 20 something years old. Like I'm old enough to be your mom. plus two people in the comment section. +2.
You're so cute.
You can't. My black face is cute.
You're so cute.
You can see my face.
Yeah, I see your face.
What am I doing right now? If you see my face.
Okay. You're oh,
No.
you're staying that, yeah?
No.
Not okay.
You don't have people to gift you.
Okay.
You're so dry. Your gifting is so dry.
Yeah. My English bad, yeah? Or 50-50?
Yeah, your English is giving me anxiety because now I can't have a conversation with you.
My English bad, but you understand me and I understand you.
But it's slow. It's like a child is talking to me. You know me, I'm not patient with children.
I'm children?
As in the way you're talking, I feel like I'm talking to a child, like a child who doesn't know how to speak properly. So it's like I can't even go deep in conversation with you because now I have to keep it superficial.
I have many followers, subscribers, but I not have viewers in stream.
Hey,
What I'm doing?
I'm just seated here trying to listen to you and looking at your face. Specifically the mole under your nose.
It's my watch.
Huh?
Like this.
No, the mole under your nose. See, I win. I want to play with I want to match with my.
I see your face. One second. I see your face.
You can't because we don't have electricity here. How can I end this?
I see you. I see you.
Bye. Bye. Guys, Honor, today you guys are just going to, I'm just going to be here because now I'll just wait for the electricity to be back if it's going to be back. And I'm just going to waste time now. You know? Anybody who wants to come up because they have electricity, kuja tuongee. Did you forget to pay your electric bill? No, my electric bill, like I pay so much. The reason why I thought I had forgotten is because it's been so long since I paid again because I pay a lot at once. And then I usually forget. But I remember because it cries when it is over. So, all my neighbors don't have electricity. So it's a blackout. Why was that so hilarious? I don't know. What was hilarious? Maybe if somebody else comes here. Today I'm just going to be here, guys. I'm going to be here like other TikTokers. Because now, where am I going? To sleep in the blackout? No. And I was ready for my class. Sorry, is it because of the flood? The floods are murdering people over here in Kenya. But you know where I live? Me, I'm in the Bantu lands. I am not in the plains. I'm not in the valleys. So me, the floods, I'm hearing the flood the way a chicken hears the river. And flood, na winja kaka gweno winja urawada. I cannot relate. I winja kaka gweno winja ura. Me flood, I'm only seeing it in view sasa. Nowhere near me. I'm in Bantu lands, in the mountains. Mountain people can never be overrun by emotions. So me, I am in the mountains, and here in the mountains, we are very blessed. Nothing like flooding. Awinje mabor. And you know, guys, one thing about the floodings. Me, I grew up flooding. Like, I grew up in floods. Kano is the biggest flooding place in Kenya, other than Budalangi. So I grew up in that flood. One thing about Kano children who grow up in Kano, by the time you are 4 years old, you should be knowing how to swim. You are taught how to swim by force. So me, by the time I was 4 years old, I was already floating in water like a small fish. So even when the floods used to come, I used to love the floods because it was now swimming galore. I get shocked to hear that people can die in water. Growing up in Kano, that is not a possibility. Dying in water is not a possibility growing up in Kano. So when I hear that there are people who don't know how to swim to the point they die in water, it makes me, swimming is mandatory, guys. Swimming is something that is mandatory. Anyway, yes. Anybody else who wants, I have a guest request again. I don't know. I don't know if she wants to come or something. Always learn how to float. Yes, always learn how to float. Animals know it. All animals are born knowing how to swim. So human beings, it's also a mandatory thing. But me, I'm so grateful that I grew up in a place where that was a mandatory thing. To learn how to swim was mandatory. And Binguni. And I've worked hard to get here. So I must brag. So I must brag. You find yourself there by virtue of frequency. Somebody's saying, yes, I'm experiencing that right now. Yeah. In 2024, we are splitting into two. There are people who will be living in hell at the same time, while there are people who will be living in heaven at that particular same time. So when you are enjoying your place, just enjoy it, knowing that every destiny has a period of the wilderness. How do you know where you belong? State of mind. Heaven is a mind. The more you change your state of mind, the more now the universe does its own work by placing you where you belong. The work of the universe is to place you where you belong according to the state of mind that you are vibrating in. If you are a low vibrational being or you come from a low vibrational ancestry, your environment will be in environments that are low vibrational. You cannot be taken to a high vibrational by nature if you are a low vibrational being. So yes. Heaven and hell are a state of mind. Death and rebirths are a state of mind. When you die, your world ends. When you're born, your world begins. So never wait thinking that we will all have a world ending at the same time, or we will all live in hell or heaven at the same time. You live there by yourself. You choose it alone. Behind closed doors, when you are alone with yourself, you choose where you belong. Can that change? Yes, of course. I'm just telling you, me, myself, I grew up in the floods. And the reason why I grew up in the floods was because of my ancestral karma. I come from an ancestry of people who did not do so well when it came to making decisions on this planet. So I had to pay that by my own life. From a very young age, I was born in floods. I grew up in floods. But thank God I was born in floods. I know how to swim. I can never die in water. That is one thing I can say with my chest. The only thing that would kill me in water is other animals, of which I doubt. But water, impossible. Impossible for me to die in water. Swiri, are you teaching from the electricity is not here, the electricity is not here, So I just came on live and then the electricity disappeared. And now I have to like make the most out of this time, because now the things that I wanted to teach, I cannot teach you without you looking at my face. My body in itself is a tool. When I teach, I'm sure you get, even from my facial expressions et al, you get what I'm meaning. So yeah. Somebody's telling you to use candles. Imagine my candles, like literally I haven't restocked my candles. Like right now I have 0 candle in my house, or if I have, I don't know where it is. I leave and go buy, of which I don't think I'm going to do. I'm just going to be here like this today. I know most people won't stay on for long because you can't see my face, but I'll be here like this until, if electricity comes back, fine and good. If it doesn't, somebody come, we go live together. Even the national anthem, I'm not gonna sing it yet. I wanted to know if it's my internet. No, it's me, my dear. Yes, I love listening to. Yeah, I'll just be here and go with the flow. Yes, I'm water. I'm just going to be here to go with the flow. And guys, as I'm going with the flow, maybe now I can tell you, Jasigana, gonwe Jasigana. Gonwa Jasigandino. Maybe now I can tell you, like, I know a lot of black people, a lot of us Africans, we don't know our tale. Like most of the time we hear, like the Albedos, they have the Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. Most of the time they say, I come from Abraham, it's Isaac and Jacob, and blah, blah, blah. They have their ancestries because they recorded it. But now, most of us, we don't really know the mythology behind where we came from. And literally our mythology, the records of our mythology was in Great Kemet, started by the Kerma of the 25th dynasty. Now those are not information that can stick. What can stick now is this, guys. Osiris, Isis, Set, and Nephthys. These 4 entities, you must master them, and then you master Horus. Because from the birth, from Osiris and Isis, we get Horus. Now, Isis, as I've been telling you guys, Isis, the representation of Isis is the black woman. The black woman is the representation of Isis on the planet. The representation of Horus on the planet is the black man. The direct representation of Horus in the planet is the black man. Now, Isis gave birth to Horus. Why did Isis give birth to Horus? Where do we all come from? The story of creation according to ancient Kemet starts from Nut and Geb. I don't know whether you guys have ever heard of these names. We have Nut and Geb. Have you ever seen that woman who is covering the sky, and then there's another one who is lying down? I don't know whether you've ever seen that. If you haven't, I'll show you one day. But anyway, we just Google Nut, N-U-T. Somebody write it in the comment section. And Geb, G-E-B. Those are the cradles of creation. Now this Nut and Geb are represented by Chai. Chai. Do you know what chai is? I talk about chai here all the time. It is tea, it is chai, it is what Chinese come from. That's C-H-I. Now this chai is an energy, and it is the 22nd letter in the Greek alphabet, and it is represented by X. Guys, X. X chromosome. The X chromosome is what we call chai. People who have ever been to a biological class, you know that a woman is represented by X chromosome and a man is represented by the Y chromosome. So X chromosome was the beginning. Nut and Geb are both X chromosomes. They are both represented by the Chai energy. And Nut is the air, while Geb is water. So you see, air, in the beginning, God separated waters above and waters from waters below. Air is the waters above, air sign, the element. And guys, by the way, when it comes to spirituality, the elements repeat each other everywhere. The elements, they repeat each other everywhere. The creation story is the story of the elements. So Nut is the air element, and it is represented still by the Chai energy. While Geb is the water element. So when God, in the beginning, God separated the waters above from the waters below. So the waters above were the Nut, and the waters below are Geb. Now, out of Nut and Geb, the union between water and air, the union between water and air, Nut and Geb, is what gives birth to Isis, Osiris, Set, and Nephthys. Set kills. Set now, let me tell you. Nut, we have Nut and Geb, right? Nut is the waters, is the waters above the sky. When you see the sky, you realize that the sky is the mirror reflection of water, of the waters below. That's why in the waters we have fishes flying around, and in the sky we have birds flying around. They are opposite of each other. So air, which is Nut, is the one that gives birth to Set. The opposite, the mirror reflection of air, is what gives birth to fire. You cannot create fire without oxygen. You cannot create fire without air. So it is the opposite of air that gives birth to Set. Okay? So remember, Geb, Nut is an X chromosome, and Geb is also an X chromosome. Now it is Nut that gives birth to Set. Nut is the air sign. Air sign inverted creates air, creates fire. So fire is the Y chromosome. When you go back to Geb, Geb is the X chromosome also. And Geb is the one that gives birth to Osiris and Isis. So the union between Nut and Geb, we get Set, Nephthys, Osiris, and Isis. Osiris is the vegetation. Set is fire. Osiris is earth. Set is fire. Set kills Osiris and makes sure that Osiris now becomes a desert. When Set kills Osiris, Isis remains helpless, and Isis decides to create Horus. Horus is the fire that comes from Isis, while Set is the fire that comes from Nut. Okay? Nut creates Nephthys and Set. Set is the fire that comes from Nut. Now, in order to fight Set, Isis births Horus through a virgin birth. What is a virgin birth? A virgin birth is the vagina inverting itself and falling out and becoming phallus. The vagina inverting out and becoming phallus. Now, phallus is Phallus. Phallus is the representation, is the symbolic word for an erect penis. Now, how does the woman create Horus? Through the menstrual blood. Now, the menstrual blood is the fire within the woman, within Isis, that has the capability of creation. So Isis creates Horus through the blood, through blood. Remember, blood is still fire. It still goes back to Set. So Isis wanted to fight Set by creating Horus, who was like literally a match. A gigantic match to Set. So Horus has the capability of killing Set. But guess what? Horus rises in the east and sets in the west. So Horus is, in order for Horus to kill Set, Horus has to recycle. Rise in the east, set in the west. Rise in the east, set in the west. Rise in the east, set in the west. On a daily basis. And that is the process of the creation of Osiris. Bringing back Osiris into life. So guys, to return Mary back to the colonizer. The Albedo people came and removed, photocopied Isis and named her Mary. So Mary, this Mary, Mother of God that everybody prays to in the Catholic Church, it is a carbon copy, a copy-pasted, a what? How do I even call it? A plagiarized version of Isis. Are you guys listening? Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death, amen. That Mary, that Albedo Mary, is Horror is Isis. It is a fake Isis. Albedo Mary is a fake Isis. So Africans, you must know your story. The story of Mary and Jesus is not the story of the Africans. It is the story of photocopy of Africans. Jesus is the Horus of the white man. Isis is Mary is the Isis of the white man. Okay, so Mary was created to replace Isis. Mary is created to replace Isis. Mary is created to be the one that the females of the world look up to. I will teach you all these things. Nice. Oh, thank you so much. Guys who are asking me, you can't see me. Please send me gifts so that you see me. My electricity is gone. Oh, my electricity is gone. Oh. So I'm still talking about the story of Mary. Mary is the fake version of Isis. Mary is the fake version of Isis. That is why all black women, they want to become Mary. All black women, we are being witchcraft. It is witchcraft. All this wearing of wigs, all this skin bleaching, it is witchcraft because Mary is the one being posed to us as Isis. So every black woman wants to become Mary. Every black woman wants now to become Mary because now the colonizers posed Mary to us as the bar. But at the end of the day, it is Isis that is the mother of all. That's why they call our motherland Africa, my motherland. Africa is the motherland of everyone. Asia is not a motherland. Australia is not a motherland. United States is not a motherland. Other continents are not motherlands because Africa is where all come from. And who do they come from? Isis mother. Isis mother. Isis mother. Now, Isis is currently not yet awakened. You see, when you watch the story of Moana, the story of Moana, of that little girl taking the heart to Isis, taking the heart to they go together. The black woman and vegetation, they go together. Everywhere a black woman goes, it flourishes with greenery. Every place a black woman is supposed to be flourishing with greenery. And even the Great Migration, when the black people migrated from Africa into other continents, the greenery left the Sahara. So we stayed here with the desert. Every place a black woman lives becomes a desert. Every place a black woman goes to becomes green. Yes, so that is the reason why the black woman gave birth to Horus, in order for Horus to come and cultivate, for Osiris to come back, because the black woman Isis is the lover of Osiris. She's the lover of vegetation. Now, when you watch Moana, you see Moana going to give the black woman that heart. So right now, we don't have Isis. As a black woman who is walking around, we don't have Isis. We don't have an Isis flag. The Isis that we have in our current vibration are young. They are still youngings. They are still Isis who are learning, because the Isis was uprooted. Generation X doesn't have Isis. The Generation X doesn't have Isis. Millennials don't 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 have I know. Yeah, because of the network. You will see me, oh, maybe today you are not supposed to see me. Let me just do this because the electricity is not back and me, I'm not willing to hustle. I'm not a hustler. Me, I am the overarm. I sit and attract. So please just accept this today. Maybe the ancestors want us to talk like this today. I will soon be having a podcast. So probably you should get used to listening to me without my face also. So bear with me, oh, and people who have been here for a while, Ebu tell people who are coming that this is the situation today. This is the situation today, oh. This is the situation today. So, the black woman, me, I'm still talking about the black woman. Lavender, thank you so much, my love. I love you so much. Thank you. I'm still talking about the black woman. And I want the black women in the comment section here plus the black men to listen to me properly so that after I say these things, you behave accordingly. There's this thing of, black woman is Isis. There's this thing of people saying that, oh, the black woman is not submissive. Oh, the black woman is masculine. Is masculine. Let me tell you, masculinity is submission. Horus is the submissive one to Isis. Isis is not submissive to Horus. Submissiveness is masculine. Look at the sperms. The sperms are willing to go anywhere. The masculinity behavior is the behavior of the sperm. The black woman was not born to be submissive to anyone. If anything, the black woman is supposed to sit like the ovum and attract the sperm of their choices. Now, we have this thing of light-skinned women and albedo women being very submissive. And people are confusing that with femininity. That is masculinity. A lot of these light-skinned women and albedo women are very masculine because they are very submissive, very docile. That is how men should behave. The way most light-skinned women behave because they don't want to be portrayed as angry black woman, that is the behavior of the men. That is the masculine behavior. That is not a feminine behavior. So you must know that the color white, the albedo color is masculine. White is masculine. Whiteness is masculine. Blackness is feminine. Darkness is feminine. That is the reason. Darkness represents nothing. It represents infinity. It represents the number 0. Like the vagina. The vagina draws the number 0. The penis draws the number 1. The phallus. I don't want to call it penis because it's not everyone that has a penis that can erect. A penis that is erect is called phallus. Now, phallus represents the number 1. Vagina represents the number 0. That's why vagina is shaped in 0. Round. Round things are life-giving. Now, the black woman is the round woman. And she's the most feminine woman. And femininity is not submissive at all. That femininity, as a matter of fact, is very rigid and fixed. Look at the behavior of the ovum and the sperms. And then you will know who is supposed to be submissive and who is supposed to be very dominant. White is masculine, black is feminine, exactly. So, we live in an upside-down world. When people see light-skinned people, they think that is what femininity look like. When you see light-skinned people and when you see white albedo people, know that that is what masculine looks like. That is masculinity. Masculinity, if that is what, if light-skinnedness looks beautiful to you, then you know that masculine is supposed to look beautiful. Femininity is not supposed to look beautiful to attract you to anything. Femininity is supposed to be the order, the fixed order, the stationary order. And this is literally it plays everywhere, even in the Bantu. Bantus don't need to walk around to figure their lives out. Bantus, they are born in fertile lands. They seek all their solutions from their surrounding. They plant their own food. They don't need to go to the neighbors to be asking for food. People who walk around are the Nilots. So you must know the mathematics, the astrology of 0 and 1. And the erasure of Isis is the reason we don't start our calculations using 0. Without 0, there is no 1. Guys, without intuition, there is no memory. Without feminine, there is no masculine. All right? Without Bantu, there is no Nilot. I will keep repeating this until it gets inside your psyche. So we must correct that. I know this is not a popular opinion, but it is the true opinion, my friend. Submissiveness is not feminine. It is masculine. So when you see these women who are docile, who cannot get angry, who cannot command, who do not have the rage, those are masculine entities. Rage is for feminine. Have you ever seen a man having rage? Have you ever seen male rage and female rage? Can you compare? Can you compare? Can you compare female rage and male rage? The feminine is not a submissive being, my friend. So black women, don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated. A lot of people want to brand you. Oh, you're too masculine. You're too masculine. Because you know you are the lovers of femininity. It is witchcraft. They know that you love femininity so much that when they tell you are too masculine, you will look for something that they are considering feminine. And then you will want to transition into that. That is the reason why we are wearing their hair and wearing their skin. You know, Beyonce sang about it, saying that I will wear her hair and wear her skin if that is what you want. Black women, we must stop. That is not femininity. Femininity is very dark. Femininity is very dark. Okay? Yes, femininity is dark. Femininity has rage. Femininity is thunderous. Femininity does not beg anybody. Femininity does not attention seek. Femininity does not chase. Femininity behaves like the ovum. Demander. Demanding. And remember that as a woman, you are especially a black woman. You know me, I speak for the black woman because we've had over 400 years of nobody catering to the black woman. And me, if it takes me dedicating my entire life for the black woman, I will dedicate my entire body to study the black woman in order for me to tell the black woman her truths. Because the world wants to hide it from her so much. Now, as a black woman, know that you're built with Libra. You are ovary. You are ovary. You have the left ovary and the right ovary. Your right ovaries are memory-based. Anytime you give birth to a child coming from your right ovaries, you're giving birth to memory-based ancestral blood. Whenever you're giving birth to a child that comes from your left side of the ovary, you're giving birth to an intuition-based ancestral blood, whether it's a boy or a girl. So you have the balance in you. If you, as a woman, if we want to balance the world, we can balance it by just channeling our ovaries to work properly. Ovaries are the territory of Maat. I'm sure a lot of black people, they call their parents Ma. They call their mama Ma. And you call your dad Ba. Baal and Maat are literally territories. Now, the territory of Maat is your ovary. Your ovary has left and right. That is where souls get judged. That is where hearts of soul get weighed against a feather. So it is the black woman that decides who gets to come here and who doesn't. How do you decide that? Who are you fucking? The type of men you're sleeping with, are they disrespectful to you? Some of you, you have men who are disrespectful to you and you still have their children. Remember, if a man is disrespectful to you and you have their child, that child is automatically going to be disrespectful to the planet. As a woman, you must know that the same way a child spends 9 months inside your womb, not seeing you, is the same way we spend our lifetime inside the womb of Mother Earth without seeing God. A lot of people ask, why can't we see the face of God? Why can't we see the face of God? We are inside God the same way as child gets to be inside a woman. Now, as a woman, you are the one who decides who gets to come into the womb of God. Earth is the womb of God. when you give birth to children from men who treat you like a doormat, know that the child that you give birth to is going to treat the planet like a doormat. You people are the ones who decide. You are the ones who decide. If you give birth to a child whose father treats you like poop, treats you with violence, know that you're going to give birth to the Adolf Hitlers. Know that you're going to give birth to the King Leopolds of the world. Know that you're going to give birth to people who will bomb the world like the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Because as long as you're bombing the world, you're bombing the womb of God. So you are affecting everyone. You are affecting everyone. Every child on this planet that does something against the planet is affecting everyone. Because we are all connected. And as a woman, you are the one controlling that. But because we've been bewitched so much that women are now opening gates for anybody. Just anybody can now come into earth. Just anyone can now come into earth. And when just anyone can now come into earth, it becomes unsafe because women are the gatekeepers of who gets to come in and who doesn't. So woman, especially the black woman, please do your job. Please do your job. Somebody's asking, what ritual can we do with our period for protection? Now, I want to tell you, this entire story, I was telling you what your period is. Your period blood has the same power that phallus has. Your period blood has the same power that Set has. Your period blood has the same power that fire has. Your period blood is the fire element on its independent standpoint. So whatever fire can do, your period blood can do. Whatever fire can do, your period blood can do. Now, what can fire do? Look at the biggest fire on the planet that we have. That is the sun. What does the sun do? The sun is the giver and the taker. The sun gives to the givers and takes from the takers. That is the natural justice system of the world. The natural justice system of the world is that the sun gives to the givers and takes from the takers. So that is the exact same power that period blood has. It gives to the givers and takes from the takers. And that is the reason why the woman is balanced. As a woman, know that your period blood gives to those who are for the good of the planet. And it takes away from those who are not for the good of the planet. So use that. Use your common sense when it comes to that. When you know that you have the phallus in form of blood, then you know that with the people surrounding you, woman, know that you are like the moon. You don't have your own light. You absorb light from the elements around you, from the people around you. And that light that you absorb from the people around you, it is what you get to release every single month. So that light, that release that you do, channel it in a way that people who are taking from the planet, and you are the planet, you are the representation of the planet in physical form. Anybody who is taking away from you, you can use your period blood to tell them, my friend, it's over now, get away from me. Or anyone who is giving to you, you can use your period blood to actually proliferate what is being given to you. So those are the basic, that is the basic level of period blood. The menstrual blood is the only blood that does not come from pain. Okay, when it comes from pain, know that there's an issue in your ancestral realm. That blood is supposed to just flow without any pain. Anytime you are having dysmenorrhea, amenorrhea, know that there is a hiccup. You are fighting with your ancestors because you are rewarding people who are taking from you, and you are taking away from people who are rewarding you. Remember, your blood is supposed to work the way the sun works. The sun gives to the givers and takes from the takers. So your period is supposed to be giving to the givers and taking from the takers. If your period gives to the takers, people who take from you are the ones who you are blessing with your periods, and people who give to you, you don't, you will have issues with your ancestors. you will have issues with your ancestors. Yes. Period blood is what Isis invented to fight Set. Period blood is what Isis invented to fight the desert. Period blood is what Mother Earth invented in order to fight Set, in order to give birth to Horus, so that she can fight desert. So know that that is what your period blood does to you as well. And it can be poisonous to you if you're not using it properly. If you're not channeling your energy properly, it will be poisonous to you. As a black woman, and as any woman who bleeds, you are supposed to be having people around you who are empowering you, who are giving you proper light. Light that is not poisonous to your own soul. If you live around people who want you to, to not be your authentic self, that's how you will start having period blood issues. The moment you're not being authentic, you will always have menstrual issues. The moment you're not being your authentic self, and right now a lot of black women have menstrual issues, mainly because of the way our world is set up. But guess what? We will get out of it. I have been recording the class since the beginning. It will be on my YouTube for Ada. Thank you so much. Oh, even though my face is not here, thank you. Oh. Thank you so much. If I have my notes, I will teach this more in a way that is more enjoyable, because I have writings over here. I wanted even to explain Superwoman. I wanted to explain Superman. I wanted to explain, because in biology we have this thing. Some people think that Superwoman and Superman is only in movies and fiction. No. They get these things from science. In science, we have a Superwoman, Superman. And then we have normal male, normal female. And then we have female, and then female male. We have 6 different types of chromosomal arrangements, okay? We have 6 different types of chromosomal arrangements. And some people, they don't know which type they are on. And it is very important, because remember, chromosomal arrangements is the arrangements of the elements. As we were starting, I told you Newt and Geb are all XX chromosomes. And then we have Set, which is the Y chromosome. We have Nephthys, which is also an X chromosome. And it is Nephthys that turns into Set. And then we have Osiris, which is an X chromosome. And also Isis is an X chromosome. So Isis, Osiris, Isis is the water sign. Osiris is the earth sign. Nephthys is the air sign, and then Set is the fire sign. So Set is the only Y chromosome. Nephthys is X chromosome, Osiris is X chromosome, and Isis is X chromosome. So it's like saying Earth is X chromosome, water is X chromosome, and air is X chromosome. All these 3 elements, they represent Kai. So there are women who are born with XXX. Majority of women are born with 2X chromosomes, which can either be water and fire, water and air, or water and earth and air, or earth and water. And then you get fire sign, the Set sign, which is the Y chromosome. Now, Y chromosome is what makes male. When you look at the arrangement of the chromosomes, we have 6 different arrangements of the chromosome. We have XX. That is what is taught in superficial biology. In superficial biology, they tell you have XX chromosome and XY chromosome. But we have XX chromosome, we have XXX chromosome, and then we have X0 chromosome. And then when you come to the boys, we have XY chromosome, which is the normal male, and then we have the XYY chromosome, which is the super male, and then we have the XXY chromosome, which is now the Klinefelter syndrome. Now, in the females, we have 3. Okay? In the female, we have 3. Among the females, we have XX chromosome. That is the short female. Females who are short in stature. Most of these females, they don't grow beyond 5'7" inches, 5'7" Those are the ones who have XX chromosome, which can be either, a mixture of air and water, a mixture of air and earth, or a mixture of earth and water. Now we have a super female. Super female is made up of XXX chromosome. X, 3XS. Now these are the females who they grow very tall, from 5'7" and above. Females who grow from 5'7" and above are the XXX chromosome. What is the XXX chromosome, or the triple X factor? This is a woman who has air element in her DNA. Her DNA is made up of air element, earth element, and water element, both dominant. You know, these are things they don't teach. When you have XXX chromosome, you are a woman who is capable now. That is where now they get the strongest psychic abilities. Strongest psychic abilities. Because you have three chi. Now when we go to XXX as a woman, that is the superwoman. XX is the normal woman, short in stature. And then we have X only. X only is the Turner syndrome in a woman. That is a woman that only gets to have one chi within their DNA. When you go to men, we have men who have XY chromosome. These are the normal shaped men, like these are the short males who are short. And then we have males who are XYY. These are very tall males. Very tall, very violent. Now, when a man has XY chromosome, they become a normal in intelligence. When a man has XYY chromosome, it depends on now what is the X. Is the X earth? Is the X air? Is the X water? If the X is air, that man becomes very tall, violent, and dumb. Tall, violent, athletic, and dumb. When the man has X, and that X is water, XYY, and that X is water, they become very intuitive males. So all these things you must know. Because have you ever seen the army? When they're admitting people to the army, when you're not a particular height, as a man, they cannot choose you. And this goes back to the reason why they choose people according to height is because of the type of XX chromosome that you embody. It is literally very simple like that. Like the moment the type of XX chromosomes that you embody shows in your height. And one thing that you must know is that the short heights, people who are shorter, they are the custodians, they are the conservatives, they store. People who are taller, they explore. Yeah, people who are taller, they explore. So these are the things I wanted to teach you guys today, so that you just know, as an individual, you must know that we are also not the same when it comes to chromosomal packaging. Some people, they have XXX. Some people, they have XX. Some people, they have only one X. Women, you can only have like the highest number of X so far in female that we can have in our time. Oh, the electricity are back. The people have seen that we are not giving up. Oh, so they've said, let's just give them. Yes, military focus. Hey, military focus walimwes. Military focus. Military focus. We have to focus, man. Because guys, I'm telling me, I don't know what some of you deal with out there. But I'm telling you, our world is so fucked up that you don't know what people are doing behind the scenes in this particular planet. We just can't talk about it yet, but we will talk about it. Once we survive and we are on the other side, we will talk. For now, let's just keep quiet. I'm going to sing the national anthem as usual. And then we continue. I'm telling you guys, and because you're my followers, let me just tell you something. This thing of diagnosing people as psychosis. Don't be somebody who is quick to tell somebody they are psychotic. The reason why it will come back. Guys, are you listening to me? You look amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we are going to start over. I'm going to have to tell you these things now from the beginning. So let my Wi-Fi settle down, and then I sing the anthem, and then we continue. But guys, I love you guys so much as my students, as my aunts. Before we start, I know my students are here. And people who have subscribed specifically. People who have subscribed. So I'm going to start a class with the people who have subscribed. And that class, we're going to be naked. Like there's no more sugar coating or whatever. You know, TikTok is very strict when it comes to public lives. So I'm going to start going live with my subscribers to teach you about ushirikina. That's all. That is what I will teach on this planet until I die. Ushirikina. Quantum entanglement. And we're going to start that class. I was thinking, in the beginning, I wanted to replace it with Sundays. But then upon thought and upon inquiry, I feel like our subscription classes, I should do them like 1 hour every Friday. Just same time, or my subscribers will tell me the time that is most conducive to them after we've had our first class. But for now, I want to do it every Fridays. Yes, quantum entanglement ni ushirikina, that's what it is. What is the difference between the two subscriptions? That's the level of commitment and the level of your pockets. That is the only difference. Like, if you're willing to support me, have military focus, please take the military focus subscription. If you're not able to take the military focus subscription, just take the normal student subscription. Like, it's all your choice, but all of us will be in class at the same time. Yeah, so guys, we are at 58 subscribers. Guys, let's go. Our first class is going to be Friday, and me, I will teach you how to utilize your body when it comes to in relationship to quantum entanglement, because I'm not going to teach you how to use your body in Capricorn manner that you'll figure out on your own, but I'm going to teach you how to utilize your body in a way that you don't need anybody but yourself on this planet. I want you to not need anybody but yourself on this planet. That is how you become of highest good to the planet. Now, most of the time, do you always see white people, albedo people, the way they go climbing the mountains? You know, they go jumping off of whatever. You know, those activities are always left for the albedo people most of the time. And it's because of their Capricorn need. You know, albedos, they need to sharpen their Capricorn so much because our ancestors have been here longer than them. So literally, their Capricorn is not strong. You, as a black person, you don't need to climb any mountain. Okay, if you want, you just go and do it if you're a Capricorn. But when you see albedos going to the extreme in order to experience the world, just know that they are trying to do the best when it comes to cleansing their bloodlines. So they are engaging spiritually. Those are spiritual engagements. But a lot of us, a lot of us ISIS people, our ancestors have been here long enough. They've climbed enough mountains. They've done enough research. So our work is they've done enough research. So our work is they've done enough research. So our work is yes. Thank you, Swiri. Kindly find time someday for the egg. I'm going to, actually, that egg ritual, we are going to redo it. In the first class that we're going to do, we're going to redo it, of which, that first class, I don't think I'm going to take 1 hour, but my classes are going to only be 1 hour. But the first class, we're going to introduce ourselves, we're going to get to know each other, and I'm going to be talking to you, by the way, guys, on the subscription page. So I'll send videos there. I'll type there just to tell you how we are going. But our first class is going to start with ritual. Before we just continue, you know, I'm an African, I'm superstitious. Rituals are must during the beginning of such a course. So I'm going to start with the ritual, with the egg cleanse ritual, just a repetition of it. Of which I think even the first time that we did it, it worked. But I'm just going to repeat, just for the sake of it, for the people who missed. And then we're going to move from there. So guys, if you want to be in that class of mine, get in so that we can start and continue. The first class, yes. And as I said, my students, I can't subscribe. My dear Tada, if you can't subscribe right now, just relax. Don't even cry. Pause and take time later. You're going to do it, okay? I'm going to be going live on Friday. So by Friday, you will be able to subscribe. So don't worry. If it is not subscribing right now, know that we are on the internet. Glitch here and there, glitch here and there. So don't worry. Yeah, thank you. Freezing for some time now. Okay. I don't know why I'm freezing for some people. What are the classes being held, please, in your time zone? It will be the same time. You see the same time that I'm going live? I feel like Aquarius time is my time to do everything as an Aquarius. So I'll go from the same time. From the same time that I always do my lives. I'll just have everything running at the same time. Payment method, it is there, my dear. It is there. Oh, we are at 61. We are at 61 subscribers. Guys, continue to subscribe. When do we start? This Friday. I wanted to do it on Sundays, but I don't want to take away from my normal schedule. So I'm just going to dominate the week. I've already taken Wednesday. I've already taken Sunday. So now I'm taking again Friday. So every Friday will be private class lessons. That is why I'll be dealing one-on-one. And then yes, Venus Day. Like, we keep on continuing. We keep on continuing, okay? Are you guys ready for the national anthem? Military focus. You, I'm so happy. Friday as well. Yes, please. Okay, good. Now I will try subscribe. Thanks you for everything, darling. Thank you so much as well. 60 people in a class. Enough to start. Enough to start. Because there are things that now we need to teach. Me, I don't teach you for fun. I teach you because I also want to see the results. And guys, before I even sing the national anthem, you know, my joy is when I see people like literally. There are some clients that I have that when we were starting our journey, they were in the pits of hell. And as I meet them, because I meet my clients like sometimes, oh, people are changing now in front of my face. People are changing. Just the same way I'm sure I'm changing in front of your face, people are changing in front of my face. And it makes me so happy to see people change and just, Mungu wako na sisi yo, mbele iko sawa, mbele iko sawa. Mungu wako, Mungu yuko. Na Mungu aachi muja wake. We start. We are at 64 subscribers. Let's continue. We continue. Last time I only asked for 50 and I got 50. So keep subscribing. Let me do something here. So I'm going to start with our blessed East African anthem as we continue. E Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano viwe msingi sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Viwandani na hata mashambani, tufanye kazi sote kwa makini, tujitoe kwa hali na mali, tuijenge jumuiya bora. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. And one thing I want to tell you guys, to these anthems in Kiswahili, in the original languages, you will realize that our ancestors have been fighting. We've had ancestors who have been fighting, preparing way for us, so that when we come, we already have a ground level from where to start. Our anthems literally stand for our unity, umoja. We must not take them for granted. We must listen to the words, translate them, and live them. Even Mungu, the Kiswahili Kenyan anthem, it has a lot of spiritual connotation. Remember that the writings were left to us on our languages. So we must carry on the flag, carry on the flame for the coming generations. Yes. Adisa can say, yes, let's continue. Let's continue with this. So, here, as I am starting my classes now, I have different materials here that I want to be moving through. And I know that the topics that we're supposed to be talking about today are the astrological weather, femicide education, male origins, and menstrual power. Now, I'm going to start first of all by showing you this. The vagina, the phallus. Don't call a penis one, because remember, when a penis is shrunk, when a penis cannot stand, it is not phallus. It is not phallus. Phallus is a penis that can stand. And the phallic symbol or the phallus represents the divine authority and rulership. Phallic authority does not only exist in the penis according to discussions of the on some texts and people who did this particular investigation. Phallus, divine authority and rulership, does not only exist in the penis. Okay? There is a fundamental transferability of the phallus from the penis elsewhere. This is why women have power. A woman, if you see a man's phallus, is useless. Remember that it doesn't have to give you divine authority and rulership. You can get your divine authority and rulership from somewhere else. And especially the women of our time right now, we know that most, I will never talk about all men, I'll just say most men of our time have no phallus that is useful. Their phallus is not useful. And so when a man's phallus is not useful, then they are useless, even to you as a woman. All right? And you must know that before 1 was, 0 was. Before Y was, X was. Before the penis was, the vagina was. Before the memory was, intuition was. So this is the shape of the vagina. Every woman's vagina is shaped like this. It is 0. But look at our timeline. Have you seen our timeline? Our timeline does not start. They are saying that, oh, you know, counting should start with 0. But they do not prioritize it. Why? Because the woman is not being prioritized. ISIS is not being prioritized. The woman is not being prioritized. That is the reason why we don't prioritize starting to count from 0. Everything. You start counting the month starting from 0. The day starting from 0. The year starting from the year starting from. Without this 0, when you start counting from number 1 to 10, without 0, all those numbers, they are standing alone, weak and unstable. But when you put 0 next to any number, it is complete. And this is the reason why there can never be a Y chromosome without an X chromosome. Can there be an X chromosome without a Y chromosome? Yes. Can there be an X chromosome without a Y chromosome? Yes. Can there be a Y chromosome without an X chromosome? Impossible. And that is the reason why I'm going to teach you today the origins of these chromosomes. Now, this is where I'm going to start. In a beginning, there is the waters above and the waters below. I'm going to start the creation story from where we are talking about in a beginning. There's the water above and the waters below. The waters are separated so that we have the waters above separated from the waters below. What are the waters above? The air. Guys, when you see yourself, you are able to walk around this planet on the air like this. Know that the air we breathe in and out, it is like water to the entities in the water. Just the same way the water, you cannot breathe in it. It's the same way fish cannot breathe in air. Our air, our land, our air here is water to the fish. Just like water is to us. So this is the reason why you have above has birds. Birds fly around, different sizes, different shapes. When you go into the waters, you still have birds, but now in the upside down. Fish are birds in emotion. Birds are fish in memory. Please write us. Yes, the class that I'm going to start teaching is actually a book. After I'm done teaching that class is when now the book will be published. I must put my ground in Africa first before I go anywhere. I must put my foundation in Kenya, where I come from, in Africa first before I expand anywhere. So for now, even my books, before I publish them, there are people who will know everything from page to page. My books will be published for your children. For you, you will read me, I will teach you mouth to mouth. Because by the time I'm starting to sell my books, I will not be teaching anymore. When you see me not teaching anymore, then know that that is time for me. I'm selling, publishing, and selling books. But for now, I am teaching. And I want to teach you so that you teach other people. Guys, don't be scared to use my reference for other people. Don't be scared to teach the things I teach you to other people. And you don't even need to give me credit. I don't care about credit. Teach people what is true. These things are within you. Go teach people, because I teach you so that you teach people. And then after you've taught people, now we can publish books to live for the coming generations. Books are for the coming generation, not you. If you're waiting to read my book, you will wait for the rest of your life. I am with you in the same timeline. I don't need to write a book for you. Books will now be read by the coming generation. My books will be read by the coming generation. You read me. I am a book. Read me. Now, as I am talking, I want you to get this story. The story of creation starts from waters above, which are the Nut. And then we have waters below, which are Geb. Okay? Geb are the waters below, and then Nut are the waters above. Now, what do we call the waters above in physics, or in chemistry, or in biology? Gas. Gas. What do we call waters below in physics, biology, or chemistry? Liquid. Liquid. Guys, one thing I want you to know about spirituality is that it repeats itself everywhere. Spirituality is the easiest thing to learn because it is repetition. Repetition of the elements. The repetition of the elements. Elements forming different patterns. Elements forming different patterns. Elements repeating. Elements repeating in people. Even in tribes, we have elements. We have the fire nation, we have water nation, we have air nation, and we have earth nation. So know that in spirituality, when you're talking about spirituality, you're talking about the elements that are constantly repeating themselves. And they're repeating themselves where? In space. They're repeating themselves where? In space. What does space look like? Vagina. So this is inside here is where all of us are. Inside here is where all of us are. inside space. Space is represented by 0. It is represented by the tummy, by the womb. It is represented by 0. It is represented by the vagina. So you must know that before you go anywhere with spirituality, you must learn the elements. You must learn the fire, water, air, and earth, which in biology you'll call them gas, liquid. That cycle between gas and liquid. That cycle between gas and liquid. Now I'll continue. What happens in memory? What happens in air? What happens in the waters above is displayed on the clouds. Everything that happens in the waters above is displayed in the sky and in the clouds, in the sky and in the clouds. That is why you see what happens in the waters above. Now, where do you see what happens in the waters below? What happens in the waters above displays on the clouds, and what happens in the waters below displays in the water. Chini ya maji, Africans, my Kenyans. A lot of Kenyans like to say chini ya maji, chini ya maji. When you're saying chini ya maji, is in the intuition. So everything that happens in the waters below is stored in the intuition. It is stored under the water. And everything that happens in the waters above is stored in the sky. So you must know that the sky has everything to do with us. And the waters deep in the oceans has everything to do with us. What we do here is what is happening there. Our intuition is being showcased in the waters, and our memory is being showcased in the sky. Chini ya maji. Yeah, from today when you say chini ya maji, just know you are speaking about intuition. Now, the story of creation starts with Nut and Geb. Nut, as I was saying to you, Nut is the air sign. Geb is the water sign. All right? Water is life. And air and water are the same. They are opposite of each other. It is water. If you subject water to high environments and high temperatures, it turns into air. If you subject air into low environments and low temperatures, it turns into water. So these ones are the great circle of life. Now, air and water are both feminine entities. I want you to listen. Air and water are both feminine entities, and air is the one within. Water is the one outside. This is the creation story. And this is how our world is formed, and this is how our bodies is also formed. Now look at the body. Okay? The body is made up of blood and oxygen. Where is the blood and oxygen located? Within. And then we have the bones and the flesh. Now look at your body is made up of those are the biggest things that run your body. Your body is run with the oxygen. Oxygen gives life to blood. Oxygen gives life to blood. So air gives life to blood. Now it is Nut that gives life to your blood, to you, the fire within you. The blood is the fire within you. Without oxygen, that fire is not functional. So your blood is always oxyhemoglobin. You've heard about oxyhemoglobin. Oxygen related. Now oxygen gives life to blood the same way flesh gives life to bone. When we come to the world of Geb is the flesh. Without this flesh that you can see, this flesh is water. This is all water. Your body is 70% water. The flesh is all water. And it is water that gives life to the bones within you. Without the water, this flesh, your bones are dead. And so look at how your body is made up. It is made up of oxygen giving life to your blood, and flesh giving life to your bones. So who is the flesh? Geb. Geb gives life to who? Your bones, which is the earth. Water gives life to earth. Air gives life to fire. Water gives life to earth, air gives life to fire. Now listen to me as a woman. As a woman, you must know that air is female. Air is female. Earth is female. Water is also female. Okay? So all of them are represented by the chai. Now listen to me. What do I always say chai is? What do I always say chai is? Energy in motion. Isn't air the energy in motion? Air is an energy in motion. Earth is an energy in motion. Water is an energy in motion. Now fire is a destructive energy. Fire is not a chai energy. Fire is an energy that is called lesat. Okay, fire is an energy that is called lesat. The Phoenicians would call it wow. W-A-W. You can Google the Phoenician wow, and you will see what the fire means and what X chromosome means. It is the Scorpio. It is the destructive energy, the destroyer. That is called lesat. It is called epsilon, and it can also be called wow. Now these are different languages. Like for example, letters is Latin. Latin, yes. Epsilon is Greek, and then Phoenicians, they call it wow. So Phoenicians have a direct relationship with the Semites, Semitic people. Now let me tell you, chai energy. Sorry. The chai energy, are we together? Are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together? It is the same. Nani, Mamacita. The Arabs will call it chai, and then science will call it chai. So it is the same. It is still the same. It is energy in motion. It is test and energy admitted. It is tea. It is gossip. It is news. Okay, so one thing you must know is that water transport... It is an entity of news. Earth is an entity of news through mycelium connection. And then air is also an entity of news, literally. Like literally when I speak like this, I'm casting spells through breath. You know, and then fire is not an entity of communication. Fire is a destructive entity, and that is why it is called Set. So, our story as Africans starts with Nut, air sign, and Geb, water. Nut, air comes in union with Nut, water. With Geb, which is water. So, as within, so without. Nut is within, Geb is without. Under Nut gives birth to fire. The mirror reflection of Nut is wow. The Phoenician wow, which is the Y chromosome. The opposite of Nut is the Y chromosome. And then the opposite of Geb is still vegetation. So this is the reason why Osiris and Isis were lovers. Water and earth were lovers. And it is through water and earth that all was created. Now our story goes on to say, after water and earth were thriving on this particular planet, air created fire. Do you remember the fire invention, the invention of fire? During Stone Age, we did not have any fire. Fire comes in Iron Age. So it should also tell you, because fire is the representation of wow energy. It is the representation of the Y chromosome, the male. So at the same time that fire was being invented on the planet, the male was being invented on the planet. From what? From air. Without air, there is no fire. Okay? So listen. Isis is the motherhood. Osiris is vegetation. So Isis is the Bantu. Osiris is Ubuntu. Like literally, you know, us and Ubuntu, Bantu and Ubuntu, they go together. Vegetation and the woman, they go together. Bantus are cultivators. So Bantu and Osiris were thriving. Isis and Osiris were thriving on this particular planet until Set came in. Until fire was invented. When fire was invented, Set kills Osiris. Fire kills earth. Fire kills earth. When fire kills earth, Isis gives birth to Horus in order for Horus to avenge Isis. So Isis, in order for Horus to avenge Osiris. So Isis has a virgin birth. It is not Mary. Mary does not exist. Mary did not have a virgin birth. Mary does not exist. Jesus does not exist. Isis exists. Horus exists. And Isis gave birth to Horus through virgin birth. How did the virgin birth occur? Read a book called The Great Cosmic Mother. You will see that a penis is an invited vagina. A penis fell out. So Isis created Horus through herself bulging out. Like literally it was a woman who decided that her vagina, instead of being out inside, it will now come out. So now this process of the vagina coming out now is what created Horus. Now Horus rises in the east. Horus rises in the east, and then Horus gets blinded by Set and sets in the west. Horus gets blinded by Set and sets in the west. Now, this is the entire story that we are living. This story that I've told you is the entire story that we are playing out. We are here to act this story. I'm lost, lol. If you're lost, my friend, we will repeat it in 2025, 2026, 2027. You will get it when you are meant to get it. For now, let people who are meant to get it get it. So when you look at this story, a woman who was the wife of the vegetation, that should tell you already Bantu, Mumbi. Bantus are it was the woman who is in love with vegetation, with herbs. Because Bantu is like literally the woman is vegetation mirrored. The greenery, the forest, and the woman, they are twins. They are, let me not even say twins, they are siblings. They are mirror reflections of each other. What a woman is what vegetation is. What a woman is what vegetation is. So right now, we are inside the womb of vegetation the same way a child gets inside the womb of a woman. When a child is inside the womb of a woman, the child cannot see the mother. She cannot see her mother, or if the child is a boy, she cannot see his mother. She cannot cry for the mother to come. She cannot call the mother because she is inside the mother. That is exactly the way we are inside nature. So nature is Osiris, and then the woman is Isis. Isis is the mirror reflection of Osiris. The same way we get to be inside the woman before coming into this dimension, is the same way we are inside Osiris before now we die and we get into the woman. When we die, we get into the woman. When we get out of the woman, we get into Osiris. That is the cycle of life. When we get out of the woman, we get dropped into the Osiris. When we get out of the womb of the woman, we get into the womb of Osiris. When we get out of the womb of Osiris, we get into the womb of the woman. Are we together with somebody? Are we together with somebody? Are we together with somebody? That is the cycle of reincarnation. Now I want you to see the relationship between Osiris and Isis. So now, Isis and Osiris loved each other so much. Remember, these are two gods. They are both XX chromosome. They are both X. Osiris is an X chromosome. Isis is an X chromosome. This is where we come from. So now, Osiris and Isis are one. Set is fire. When man decided to invent fire, they did not know that fire can be used to burn books. They did not know fire can. They did not know fire can. They did not know that fire can be used to burn the forests. So fire came and destroyed the forest of the woman. The woman is the forest. When the forest is destroyed, the woman is destroyed. Now, fire came and destroyed Osiris. Set came and destroyed Osiris. Osiris is dead. When Osiris is dead, now look at Osiris. The Kalahari Desert. The Sahara Desert. When those deserts were once green. When Osiris died, Isis gave birth to Horus. Horus was to come and bring Phallus. Phallus is divine authority and rulership. Now, Phallus was there to chase away evil. Phallus Literally, Horus and Set are the same thing. It is fire. A woman decided to give birth to fire. When fire destroyed Osiris, a woman gave birth to fire in order for this fire to fight Set in order to avenge Osiris. So now, Osiris is being avenged by Horus. But then in the process of Horus trying to avenge Osiris, Horus rises in the east, sets in the west. This is the daily routine of Horus. Remember, Horus is the sun. He has a daily routine where he rises and sets, rises and sets. Horus rises in the east, Horus gets blinded by Set in the west, and sets in the west. Now, just from listening, before I tell you now where you individually come from, for you to determine where you individually come from, because remember, Isis, Osiris, Nephthys, and Set, these are the people that are forming our DNA. They are the people that form our DNA. They are the strands that form our DNA. Now, I want you to listen. What time do you think we are at? What timeline do you think we are at? Do you think we are at a point where Isis is giving birth to Horus? Do you think, because this is the story that keeps being repeated on this planet. It is the story that keeps being repeated on this planet. So do you think we are at a point where Isis is giving birth to Horus, or we are at a point where Seth is destroying Osiris, or we are at a point where Osiris is avenging, Horus is avenging Osiris? Where do you think we are? Because the timeline is important. As a student or as a child of the universe, when you're born, you must find out which timeline are you. Which timeline? Yes, we are at a point where Horus is avenging Osiris, and that is why you hear climate change, we need to go green, go green, stop polluting the planet, stop polluting the waters, stop the plastic production. That is the process. That is where we are. Yes, we are at a point where Horus is avenging Osiris. Okay? Horus was born to come and avenge Osiris, and we are now that generation. So if you don't know where we are, know where we are. Someone is saying destroying, someone is saying divine feminine rising. Isn't climate change due to human activities? Yes, it is due to human activities. Led by who? Set. Led by who? The Vatican. Led by who? The albedo. And you know, most of the time when I talk about albedo effect, people don't know what I mean. Albedo effect. Now, let me explain to you albedo effect in a way that you will get it automatically. For example, now let's look at TikTok. You know, here on TikTok, creators get paid, right? But how do creators get paid? People with the most followers get the most money. Okay? So, how do we get people with the most followers? It trickles down to which people are the most present in this particular internet. If you are a black person and you are in an internet where white people are dominant and you are just there are 5 black people, when you post, automatically you will get 5 likes. Automatically. So the albedo effect is there to ensure that on this particular planet, the whites outnumber. Because the moment the albedo outnumber, then they will reflect. Albedos, they reflect energy away. They don't like being taught history. They don't like being told the truth. They don't like. So the moment there are many, when you post the truth backslides. Like it hits them and goes away. It does not get absorbed. So when there are many, you will shout, but it will never go anywhere. But then when melanated people are many, then when melanated people post or when the truth is posted, then it gets absorbed and it goes somewhere. So the albedo effect on the planet is there to ensure that most thoughts are albedo, they are white. And when most thoughts are white, it keeps the environment conducive for white things, white people, white ideologies, white beauty standards, white, fashion sense, white utensils, white architecture, white everything. So if you don't know what the albedo effect, that is what it is. The albedo effect is there to ensure that the equilibrium is not at par. And right now you can even see it even on TikTok, and it was worse in the beginning. In the beginning, black people would come on this app and get their 500 likes and leave. To a point you will start questioning yourself, am I really beautiful? Because you'll see a lot of albedos posting and they are the billion views, and they're posting nonsense, or they're just posting sitting on a car, billion views. They're posting doing, why? Because they are men. They support each other. Birds of a feather, they flock together. So whenever I talk about albedo effect, know that I'm talking about that, and there are people who wanted to keep it that way. The reason why Africans were being murdered is for them to reduce the population. When you reduce the population, automatically the people who are few become at the bottom. Their things won't sell that much because nobody's relating to them. So the fact that right now, even on TikTok, it is very unbalanced, because in the world, black people are the majority. We are the majority, but we are being stopped from uniting. We need to unite with the Dominicans. We need to unite with the Fiji, with the Caribbean. We need to unite with Africa. When we unite, we become big so much that when our ideologies are being posted, when our politicians are advocating, when our athletes are playing, then we give them the necessary morale to win. But when we are not many, it's like a black person playing in a field where white people are dominant, and then there are just 5 black people over there sitting. At the end of the day, they will be prone to be bullied. They will be prone to be subjected to, colorism and stuff like that. So whenever you hear me talking about albedo, go there. Go there to what I have explained. Anyway, as I was going on, I've told you, these are the basic entities that create life. All lives are formed from this. Air sign is the X chromosome represented by Nephthys. That's why they call Nephthys the mistress. Nephthys is the king protector. The protector of the king is Nephthys. She's the king maker. And this is the reason why I always tell you, descendants of Nephthys, they move to the people who love themselves. Asians will only support people who are loving themselves. If you don't love yourself, Asians will not support you. They are the king maker. We are in Earth, and this Earth is a game. It is a game between albedos and the melanated people. And the Asians are the ones in the very middle of it. Asians are the ones standing with the flag saying that you've won. Okay, we will support you now. Or you've won. Okay, we will support you now. The Asians, they side with the side that has more love towards themselves. So that's why Asians are the Nephthys, and they're represented by the air sign. Now, air sign is the X chromosome. Another X chromosome that we have is water. Water is also another form of chai. And then X is another form of chai, which is Earth. Earth represented by Osiris, X represented by Isis, and then air represented by Nephthys. So when we are being born as human beings, we don't come here with only X and Y chromosome, or XX chromosome and XY chromosome. A lot of people think that everyone has either XX chromosome or XY chromosome, but that is not the case. So what are the possible combinations for a female, for women? Guys, if you have gifts in the comment section, gift me. So for females, these are the possible combinations you have. If you are a woman on the planet, these are the only combinations that are possible within you. The first one is you can have the triple X. You can have all the X's. Jax, thank you so much. You can have air within your DNA, water within your DNA, and earth within your DNA. So that will make you have XXX chromosomes. And in biology, that they call the superwoman. What are their characteristics? They are taller females, starting from 5'7" and above. They are psychic, highly psychic, and extremely intelligent. Literally, these are the threats. Women who have the XXXX chromosome are a threat to male domination. These are threats to patriarchy. They are a threat to these are the leaders. These are the rulers of the planet. If you are not an XXX woman, you are an X0 woman. Meaning you only have one X chromosome. And that X chromosome can either be air, it can either be earth or water. Okay? And biology will call you Turner's syndrome. Biology will say you have Turner's syndrome. The third one is the XX. The third one is the XX chromosome. I will put them here. So you see, if you are a super female, you will have 3 X's. 1 X representing air, 1 X representing water, and 1 X representing earth. When you have Turner syndrome, you only have 1 X. Out of these 3 X's, you only get 1. And then if you are a normal female, what they call normal female in our biology, you will only have 2 X's. Meaning you will have either air and water, water and earth, earth and air. That is what you will have here. And that will determine your characteristics. When you are a man, males also have 3 possible chromosomal arrangements. Superman, it has 1 X chromosome and 2 Y chromosome. Now remember, X chromosome represents memory. Y chromosome represents intuition. So when a man has 2 memory and 1 intuition, they call him a Superman. And those men, if this X is air, remember, if this X is air, then that man is a military man. A military athletic man who is very violent and does not have a high IQ. But then if this X is earth or water, then this man can be a normal, functioning male with normal intelligence. We have now, the next one, we have the XXY chromosome. This is a female man. This is a female man, like literally, and that is, they call it the Klinefelter syndrome. The first one, they call it the Jacobs syndrome. This one, they call it the Klinefelter syndrome. It is men who have 2 chromosomes and 1 Y, meaning they have 2 memories and 1 intuition. These ones have only 1 intuition and 2 memories. So their capability, remember intelligence is in intuition. So such kind of men who have only 1 intuition and 2 memories, they are very tall and dumb. Tall and dumb. And we have them in Luoland a lot. Tall, gigantic, and violent and dumb. And then we have now, these ones are the smartest of the males. These ones have 2 intuition and 1 memory. Smartest of the males. And then these ones are the normal male, short males. The normal short males with 1 intuition, 1 memory. And this intuition, it can be either fire, it can be water, it can be either water, earth, or air. So up to that particular point, I hope we're together. Yeah, Jaluo Jinga Jeuri, very gigantic and nothing in the head. You've seen such kind of boys. And they are very useful in the army. The army really likes them. So just know that. Bantu men are rarely here. Bantu men are rarely here. It's rare to find Bantu men. This is where you'll find most Bantu men. If you don't find most Bantu men here, you'll find them here. Okay? If you don't find most Bantu men, you will find them here. Bantu women, you'll find them here. And here you'll find also Nilotic women. You'll find Bantu women here, and you'll also find Nilotic women here. But majority of the planet's population is here. And majority of the planet's population is here. But as women, we need to advocate for more here. We need to advocate to have more here. So that, our world can now be... These are the ones that were literally... These are the most killed women. These are the most disliked by capitalism. These are they are the ones that are called psychotic or whatever. Because they have too much Imagine having intuition Triple. Imagine having a triple intuition in your DNA. If you live around stupid people, they'll call you psychotic. They'll say you have psychosis. So also know yourself, know where you belong, and don't force issues. I'll continue. Somebody's asking me a question. How do we know? Can we go for... Yeah, it's possible to go for an XX chromosome test so that you know. If you just want to know, if you can't know from this explanation, because from this explanation you're supposed to know who you are. But if you can't know from this explanation, then go and check. Go and check what you embody. Not everyone has an XX chromosome or XY chromosome. We have varieties, there are 6 in total. All right, there are 6 in total. So triple X is the goal. Triple X is the goal. For now, there are timelines that we don't need triple X because the world is in harmony. But when we need help from ISIS, then we need as much intuition as we can get. So as I was telling you, all of it starts from 0 and 1. Vagina and phallus. Vagina and phallus. Nothingness, something. Nothingness, something. Dark, light. And as I was saying earlier, lightness is masculinity. Light skin is masculinity. Dark skin is femininity. Stick that in your mind. I don't want to see people misbehaving. Telling us that, oh, Luo women are too masculine. Oh, African women are too masculine. No. Men love. Currently, we live in a society where men love men. Men love men. That's why they are loving light skin. Because light skin in itself is a spiritual representation of masculinity. It represents memory. Light represents memory. Dark represents intuition. So dark is feminine, light is masculine. And we live in a society where men love men. So they also love women who are more male. And which women are more male? The light-skinned women and the albedo women. Why? They are very submissive. Submissive women are masculine. Women who are pick me and are, running around chasing men, those ones are masculine. They behave like sperms. Sperms are very submissive. Sperms, they are willing to follow anything the ovum is saying. They are willing to go where the ovum is. They are willing to go everywhere. So sperms are the ones who behave in a very submissive way. So, and that behavior is mostly with the albedo women and light-skinned women. And literally the writings are usually on the walls. I might be rubbing shoulders with you, but this is just the fact. At the end of the day, they end up telling black women that, oh, you are too masculine because you are not submissive. Black women are not meant to be submissive. Femininity is not submissive. Femininity is the behavior of the ovum. We will not come to you. You have to come to us. So that is what a black woman is. So never tell a black woman that they are too masculine because they are not submissive. Tell them, hey, you are too feminine. Femininity is what is not submissive, and it is what has the rage and the thunderstorms. So black women are the most feminine on the planet. But right now we are undergoing witchcraft attack that is telling black women that, oh, if your light skin is when you are more feminine. No. The more light skin, the more masculine. The more dark skin, the more feminine. Never get that out of your mind. It is science. You cannot argue with it. Light is masculine, dark is feminine. 0 is feminine, 1 is masculine. So literally, that's what it is. So as a black woman, anybody telling you that you're behaving like masculine because you are not submissive, lift your nose. Because black men and men in general, they want to behave like the black woman. Men in general are being forced and are being guided to behave like the black woman. They want to sit at the throne of the black woman to be chaste. Not possible by black women. And this is the reason why now Luo men are being offended that Luo women are not... No! Luo women, sit where you are, my friend. Sit where you are. Don't start chasing people and being docile just to have a man. It is not your behavior. Males are the ones who are supposed to be running around, running after you. Look at the sperms. You know, the easiest way to look, the marking scheme is the sperm and the ovum behavior. If you are a woman and you don't behave like the ovum, you are missing the mark. If you are a man and you don't behave like the sperm, you are missing the mark. So today we have men who want women to behave like the sperm so that they behave like the ovum. Witchcraft. Get thee behind us, witchcraft. When you start chasing men, you'll start developing PCOS. PCOS. Try do it. And PCOS will be with you like this. Let's now be friends. So stop. Okay? Anyway, that is what I had to teach about the XX and the Y chromosome. We will continue to get in depth as we go. And one thing that you must know is there's so much to teach on these things, but we have to go slowly by slowly. So I hope today some people have gotten what I've spoken about, even though I know most people have not. Oh, thank you so much. People who have gifts in the comment section, shower me as usual. If there is a man here with gifts in the comment section, I love you so much. Thank you in advance. We rebuke just, yes. As a woman, you must not behave like this sperm. Women, you must not behave like this. It doesn't matter what you look like. As long as you are a woman on default, you are already more attractive than a man. You are already an ovum. You are already more attractive than a man. So sit in your glory like the ovum and use your intuition to choose the sperm that you want to come and fertilize you. As a woman, you choose your memory, choose your intuition to choose the type of memory you want to come towards you. Even in manifestation. Don't be this person who you are just telling God that, you know, anything you bring, I will take. Anything you use your intuition to channel the type of memory you want to interact with. If you are a woman and you want to sit in a throne, you want to have your own business, you want to be a boss, then you must use your intuition to attract the exact memory that will tailor-make you into your desired self. Never just sit and wait for any man to knock, any man to knock, any man to knock. No. You must use your intuition to attract memory. Remember Wakanda forever. Intuition comes before memory. So, or even in your manifestations, always use your intuition to attract the correct sperm. Use your intuition to attract the correct sperm. Use your intuition to attract the correct sperm even during manifestation process. Sit down and draft your life and say, I want to have a nyash that looks like this. I want to have a nose that looks like this. I want my face to look like this. I want my house to look like this. I want my future to look like this. As a woman, you must jot that down fast. You must jot it down fast. And then after you've jotted it down in your vision board, and then now that is what will attract the correct sperm, the correct memory to now come and marry this intuition of yours so that now you get to live your desired life. Don't just sit and wait for any Tom, Dick, and Harry to come and enter your ovum. Tom, Dick, and Harry, they are ready, my friend. Men are ready. Have you seen the way men are confident when it comes to wanting to enter a woman? Men are so confident that you will find a mediocre man asking a very well-established woman out. Because they're always trying. They're always like, any memory. If you are a woman who you fall for anything, you fall for anything. You will fall for any memory. You will fall for any memory. Any man will. Men are not shameful. They're very shameless. If you are just a woman, you're just sitting there that any memory goes, then you will give birth to children, useless children until you regret. You will give birth to a lot of useless children until you regret because men are always there. Any type. They're always just there loitering around waiting for where to enter. Loitering around waiting for where to enter. And a man who is very mediocre and uncouth and bottom of the barrel will go for a president for a president's wife. They will try a president's wife. They're always just trying their luck. They're always just trying their luck. So as a woman, you have the balance within you, my dear. You have the balance within you. You have the balance within you. You have Ma'at. The laws of Ma'at are within you. Utilize it. Be somebody who you balance yourself. As long as it does not match the intuition, don't even smile at it. As long as it does not match the intuition, don't even look its way. Don't even look its way. As long as it does not match the intuition that you had described for yourself, don't even find yourself in that area. Don't even find yourself in that area. Because trust me, as long as you find yourself in that area, you will be put down. You will be put down. And as I was saying, how a man treats you is how the child you have for him will treat the world. There's nothing you can do about that. How, if you decide to have a child for a man who is violent towards you, know that the child that you're going to produce is going to be violent towards the planet unless they are autistic. Unless they are autistic. As long as you give birth with a man that treats you a certain way, that treatment that they give you is the treatment that your children will give the planet. So if you want to do good by Osiris, Isis, kindly ensure that the man you choose treats you nicely. Ensure that the man you choose treats you with respect, because as long as they treat you with respect, your children will treat the planet with respect. As long as they treat you with violence, the children you produce out of that will treat the planet with violence. Women, you are the portals. You are the ones that allow energy to come here. The type of energy that you allow here are the same energy that you allow within yourself are the ones you're allowing on the planet. So be good gatekeepers. Be good gatekeepers. What is the Ma'at relationship to Isis? Ma'at is now the balance, the point of balance. Ma'at is, the territory of Ma'at is the ovary. It is the territory. Have you ever heard this popular saying that, oh, during the end times, you will be judged according to, I don't know, your heart will be weighed against a feather. Are you comprehending? Do you know that story of during end times, your heart will be weighed against a feather for you to be judged? Okay, that is the Ma'at territory. The Ma'at territory is like the territory of law and order to Isis. For the things that enter into Isis, they pass through the gateway called Ma'at. Ma'at is the law. Ma'at is the courtroom. And where is the courtroom? The courtroom is, Ma'at is represented by your ovaries. Your ovaries have your left and the right, intuition and memory. That is what your ovary has. So that ovary, the ovary place is the place of Ma'at. That is the hall. Let me call it a hall. That is the hall where when people die. Remember, when you die, you are leaving the womb of Osiris. You are entering the womb of Isis. When you die, you are leaving the womb of God, entering the womb of the woman. Before you enter the womb of the woman, there's judgment that occurs during that period. The transition between you dying from the womb of God and going to the womb of the woman, there is that judgment period. Now, this judgment period is what will determine the type of the woman that will take you. Are you worthy to be taken by any woman? Now, that woman that is going to take you after you die, their level of discernment is going to determine whether they take you or not. Now, if you are a soul that is detrimental to earth, that is terrible to the planet, if there's a woman who is terrible to themselves, they are the one who will conceive you. The woman who is terrible to themselves are the one who will conceive you. So the work of the spiritualist is to teach women to not be terrible to themselves so that they are not susceptible or they are not receptors for souls that will be terrible to the planet. When you are a woman who you are not terrible to yourself, the type of souls that you will attract to bring to the planet will be souls that are beautiful for the planet. But when you are imbalanced, then you will attract souls that are also imbalanced for the planet. I hope that is making sense for somebody. If it is not making sense for somebody, wait until I get another language, or I will repeat it until it makes sense to you. Abortion is amazing. Abortion is you saying, for example, let me explain to you what abortion is. And abortion does not only happen with women. Abortion happens also with manifestation. Like, for example, let me say it right now. I said, oh, I want to manifest this cup. Today I was crying, and I just decided I want to manifest this cup. From me crying, from the vibration of me crying. And then later on, I'm not crying anymore. I'm happy now. And this cup was a sad cup. So when I was sad, I attracted this cup. But then I moved to a timeline where now I'm happy. I don't need this cup in my life. But I already manifested it. Am I allowed to abort it? Am I allowed to raise my frequency so that this cup is no longer in vibration with me? Yes, I am allowed. If I am an independent, free woman, I will never manifest something that I don't want. Ever. That's why you need the spirit of Isis. Don't manifest things. Even when Isis was manifesting Horus, he was necessary. So don't manifest things that are not necessary for you. Abort it. Remove it. Because if you don't abort it, and you bring it without wanting it, it will kill you. Before you will not have peace. So before you bring any soul on this particular planet, remove religion. Nobody gives a fuck, by the way. Nobody's here to judge you. Nobody cares about your life, as long as you can deal with the repercussions of your own actions, my friend. Because also know that the moment you abort, you've opened a portal. A portal of literally judgment. Your brain, your inner Kiyama will start asking you, you killed somebody. So also it will depend. Is your brain strong enough to withstand the judgment that comes after abortion? Can you stand in the court of law and defend your case? As long as you can stand in the court of law and say that, you know what? I manifested that cup when I was sad, but it reached a point where I did not need it anymore. Please forgive me, oh. Please forgive me, oh. Please forgive me, oh. I was not your mother. Go to somebody else. You are not the only mother on this particular planet. Somebody else will give back to it. Know that energy once created cannot be destroyed. Only transformed. Energy once created cannot be destroyed. Only transformed. Only transformed. Only transformed. I disappeared for a minute there. You are devil. Yes, Paul Karuma. I am devil, my friend. I am the devil of the Vatican. You know the Vatican keeps telling you that, oh, God must die. Jesus must die. Jesus must die. Jesus must die for your sins. But the God of the Vatican cannot kill the devil. Now I am the devil of the Vatican that they cannot kill. Do you know why the Vatican cannot kill the devil? The Vatican cannot kill the devil because the devil of the Vatican is the black woman. The devil of the Vatican is more powerful than the God of the Vatican. So yes, welcome to the devil empire. Welcome to the devil of the Vatican empire, my friend. You know devils are many. In fact, Paul, when you call me a devil, just clarify. You need to clarify because devils are many. And different people have different devils. I am the devil of the Vatican, and I am the angel of my people and my bloodline. Yes. So anyway, let's continue. Menstrual power. My women, as I was telling you, what is your menstrual? You know when you see your blood, I don't know what you see. But today I'm here to tell you that your blood is what Isis manifested to create Horus. The blood that a woman sheds every month is the representation of Isis's sacrifice to create Horus. Why was Isis sacrificing to create Horus? Isis was sacrificing to create Horus because Set had murdered Osiris. Set is fire that burnt the forest of Isis. Isis created Horus so that Horus can plant the forest back. And the symbolism of that is the blood. So now, literally, menstrual blood is fire. It is fire inside a woman, coming from a woman. Imagine how powerful a woman is. Imagine how powerful a woman is, so much that the only blood that comes from her, that is not coming from any pain or harm, or pain or harm. Menstrual blood is the only blood that does not come from pain or harm. It is the most harmless blood, and yet it is the most hated. Men would rather look at blood from murdered people than look at blood from a woman. Men would rather rip off someone and that person start bleeding, and they'll be okay looking at that blood, but they'll never be okay looking at the blood of a woman. In fact, the blood of a woman to them is dirty. You know the names. Menstrual blood is not dead. That's one thing I want you to know. The menstrual blood, it is not dead. Set is the fire of Nut. You remember air sign? It is air sign, the mirror reflection of air sign is what creates fire sign. So like I told you, oxygen gives power to blood, gives life to blood. The same way Nut gives life to Set. And that is the same way that air gives life to fire. Without oxygen, fire is not it is not lighting. And so Set is the fire of Nut, and Horus is the fire of Isis. Now, menstrual blood is the symbol of Horus within Isis. Menstrual blood is the giver and taker of life, just like fire. Fire is the giver and taker of life. The sun is the giver and taker of life. The phallus, men give life, and also they can take it. It is the penetrative force. You know, men can take life with violence. If a man just walks into my house here and decides to twist my neck and I'm dead, I will not be able to fight him because they are more powerful. So they are the givers and also takers of life. That's why they are called the sun. Huyu Paul Karuma anataka attention. Paul Karuma, is your mother alive? Or is your mother dead? Or why do you want me to be your mother? Are we guys together? Are we guys together? Paul akona njaa ya kuma. If you see a man having so much rage towards a woman who has not done anything to them, just know they want the vagina. 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 I'm not your mother. Anyway, guys, are we together? I know it's glitching, man. It keeps glitching, but it's okay. It keeps glitching, but it's okay. Yeah, me, I deal, like literally, you see me, guys, I was born in the middle of patriarchy. I was born in the middle of patriarchy. I would have died because of patriarchy. But if I did not die from the patriarchy of Luo Nyanza, my friend, there's no patriarchy that can tell me anything. There's no patriarchy that can tell me anything. So this Paul Kaluma, is it Paul Kaluma? Paul Kaluma is just looking for a place to stick his dick. And me, I'm not going to give it to him. Yes, we are together. Yeah, so the menstrual blood. Now listen. The menstrual blood contains life-giving force whose strength depends on that individual woman. Now, I want to tell you, as a woman, your energy is like that of the moon. Okay, your energy is like that of the moon. So the moon does not get its light, does not produce its own light. It gets its light from surrounding objects. The same way a woman does not produce her own emotions. The emotions of the woman comes from what she's being subjected to by her surrounding. So this emotion of the woman is what gets renewed every month. So the menstrual blood contains life-giving force whose strength depends on that individual woman's. The more you are capable of standing up for yourself, the more useful your periods will be. The more you are capable of standing up for yourself, the more useful your periods will be. I hope you guys are comprehending me. You know, I have to open my mouth properly in order for you guys to comprehend what I'm talking about. Now, menstrual blood contains endometrial tissues that play the vital role in reproduction and continuation of our species. What does the endometrial tissue do? It provides spiritual continuation. You know, spiritual continuation, spiritual reproduction, and spiritual protection. So what can you use your periods to do? Do you have something you want to spiritually continue? Do you have something you want to spiritually reproduce? Do you have something you want to spiritually protect? If you have such kind of stuff, then your menstrual cycle is capable. Your menstrual blood is capable of doing such. The menstrual blood naturally has the energy to help you continue something, the energy to help you multiply something, and the energy to help you protect something. Okay? The menstrual blood also prepares the environment conducive for an implantation of the embryo. So your menstrual blood, you can use it to manifest. But guys, when you're using your menstrual blood to manifest, kindly make sure that whatever you're manifesting, you want it. Make sure that whatever you're manifesting, you want it. Don't manifest things you don't want. And don't manifest things because you want people to see you with it. Don't manifest things because you're competing with someone and you want to be on their level. Don't manifest things because you truly need them and you truly have a personal relationship with them. Because when you use your menstrual blood to manifest, of which if you don't know exactly how it's used, I'll teach my subscribers. But know that whenever you use your menstrual blood to manifest something and it is something you don't want, it is going to be like plastic in your system that you must digest back into nature. So don't manifest things that you don't want. Don't manifest things that you don't want, okay? Yes, you can manifest anything as long as you need it. You can manifest self-love, you can manifest self-protection, you can manifest a mindset, you can manifest anything on this planet as long as you need it as a woman. Where to subscribe? Guys, just go to my page, or is there a way I can make people subscribe from here? Yes, join my team. You see this thing? I think when you click it, maybe it takes you there. I'm not sure. But guys, subscribe to the teachings, because me, I will not be teaching here certain things, you know, because of the blockings, and also just I don't want to attract negative attention. So I will not teach people who are not ready to be taught. I want to teach people who are ready to be taught. It creates more impact when I teach people who are ready to be taught. ISIS, yes. People who are commenting, Wakanda forever. ISIS people like my subscribers. You can put even the pictures that I've put in the subscription here so that people can see. Those are the major things that I will be teaching. Yes, Wakanda forever. The Most High Foods has put it. Intuition first and then memory. So even with my teachings, I must teach people who are willing to learn fast, and then now I'll teach everybody. But before I teach, I must start with intuition. Subscribe tonight. Thank you so much. Oh, Crystal has subscribed. Thank you, Crystal. Yes, and this is the book. This book that Meshed Braids. Meshed Braids has posted a picture here. And it is written Ushirikina. I will be teaching Ushirikina. What is Ushirikina? Ushirikina is quantum entanglement. What I'm going to be teaching people is how do you survive on the planet without needing anybody but yourself. You don't need anybody else but yourself. And but yourself. And but yourself. And that is but yourself. And that but yourself. And that is but yourself. And that is what I'm going to teach. Yes, if I freeze, we just pretend it is not happening and then we continue. So, I've already taught you basically about, you know, the femicide education. I've literally touched on it. I've touched on the male origins and the menstrual power. Now, the last thing that I'm going to teach today, before I leave this live, is the astrological weather. I'm going to be teaching the astrological weather before I leave this live. Okay, before I leave this live. And people who are subscribing, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now that cannot happen if you practice Ubuntu. What cannot happen? I'm not getting. What are you talking about, the answer? So guys, we are going to have our first class with the subscription on Friday. Oracle, thank you so much. On Friday, every Friday, I'll be going live for 1 hour with my students. From today up to the end of the year. And by the end of the year, my target is to have 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So let's see if it will be possible. Odyssey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Join. And just to entice you a little bit, the live that I'm going to start, the live that is going to be subscription only. We are going to start with the ritual, the egg cleansing ritual. We're going to do it in the beginning of that live. And then, gosh, I'm going to be teaching about the tree of life. I've already taught you about the holy science. The holy science, which I've taught you about the body from the head to toe. Now I'm going to bring the tree of life now into that. And the tree of life is also just talking about the body. So I'm going to teach about the tree of life. And that there is where the juice is. So if you want to be part of that class, because the tree of life is where Ushirikina starts. And that tree of life is very symbolic in Africa. We even have the Maasais and the Samburus. The Samburu women and the Maasai women still wear the tree of life up to today. Like literally we have ancestors who kept the information for us up to today. So join if you want to be part of that. Oh, and so many people are subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. It's the subscription monthly. Yes, I think TikTok's up. Guys, you guys are at 75 subscribers. Then I need to be saying that people subscribe every time. So please, guys, subscribe. Can the class on Friday be same time as today? Yes, it will be the same time as today. All my classes will be the same time. Sunday class the same time as today. Friday class the same time as today. Wednesday class the same time as today, 7 p.m. And I will announce inside the subscription. There's a way in which I can talk to you guys, and I can even send videos. Before Friday, I'm going to send videos, and I'm going to probably even write a text, chat with you guys on the class that is coming. So it's like WhatsApp. Subscription on TikTok is like WhatsApp group. So I'm going to be posting there to direct you guys. Do we get a recording link if we miss it? Guys, please, I'm just begging you to not miss the class. Like, I'm going to be talking to you guys to not miss the class. And if you were to miss the class, then you will have to create time for me to teach you, me and you. I will not post any videos about the classes that I'll be teaching. So if you are not going to manage to make it to the class, just I'll have to schedule you like my client so that I can teach you what you missed. Because as long as you're subscribing, I must teach you. As long as you're subscribing, that I must teach you. That is the type of discipline that I want to have. So if you miss the class, and don't miss classes, Sana. If you miss the class, I will have to teach you guys another time after teaching the class. When are we starting? We're starting on Friday. We're starting this Friday. On the bottom left corner, there is a golden star in a hexagon. Tap on it and you can subscribe. Yeah, somebody's telling you guys. Somebody's telling you that on the bottom corner, there's a golden star in a hexagon. Tap on it and you can subscribe. So guys, subscribe. Subscribe. We move on. We move. Because me, I said, we are an army. This army of ours, it might seem joking right now, but give us time. You will see that we will dominate this planet like a joke, like it's a joke. The way we started like it's a joke. Yeah. As long as we don't stop and we keep our necks. You know what the neck represents? Self-support. Support. Good. Hey guys, you have to. I'm not sure if they are allowing M-Pesa yet. Karenzo, thank you so much. I'm not sure. Anyway, let me continue with this. And then somebody has asked me, how do you manifest using your period blood? I will, and I've seen you are a subscriber, so just relax. I will teach it with the subscribers only. There are things that I want to do with the subscribers only. There are things that I want to do with the subscribers only. Because one thing I've noticed is, when I say things here, in public, there are people who, they are not on our vibration level. So because they are not on our vibrational level, and you know, the moment you are not yourself, you will never see anything as it is. As long as you are not your true self, everything you look at will never be their true self to you. So every time they come here, they look at me being my true self, and they are not their true self. There's an imbalance. And so they start sending psychic attacks that I don't need to deal with. So if you want to get the juice about spirituality, I've done certain rituals over here with you guys. You already see like what I'm about. Just subscribe so that we do it on with a few. Imagine numbers don't matter. Because some people will be like, but don't you want to teach many people? No, I want to teach people who are ready to be taught. I don't want to teach many people. Even a normal standard class is usually just 40 people. I'm okay teaching. Even if I was to teach 10 people, me, I just love teaching. Even if people are coming here and telling me, you have a big mouth or whatever, I don't care. Because me, I love teaching. I've loved it since I was a kid. I enjoy it. In high school, I tried teaching my classmates. I got into trouble because the teachers did not like me teaching. But me, I enjoy teaching. So, I want to teach, and people who truly want to be taught, just subscribe. Let's meet there, because now there is where now I will teach you without fear or favor, and I will just tell you the truth, things the way they are, and what to do when and how. So get into my subscription and let's go private, okay? Yeah, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When the student is truly ready, the teacher disappears. So I only want to teach those who are truly ready. And even Socrates' philosophy is, you know, the most important philosophy of Socrates was, as a doctor, before you treat anybody, ask them if they are willing to let go of the things that make them sick. Not everybody is ready to be treated, because not everybody is ready to let go of the things that makes them sick. Doctors must always know that not everyone deserves medicine. People who deserve medicine, and this is the reason why I'm saying this so much, is because after what happened with my egg cleanse ritual, I realized that I have rituals that I need to gatekeep. Because also know that we live in a dual world. When I bring ritual for somebody who is not ready to let go of the things that made them sick, they're going to use that ritual as a shortcut. And literally, when they use the ritual as a shortcut, now it will impact negatively on me. Because I'm the one who put it out there. I was the teacher. So it's like me giving a gun to a criminal. And know that we live in a dual world. Any ritual can be reversed. That is the reason why we are here even today. The Greeks were able to reverse the African mythologies to favor them. So even rituals that we do, somebody can reverse the rituals. As me, I am saying that, please protect me. Somebody will be saying with me that, hey, don't protect her. You know, the world is funny, and we must always be very careful. So this is the reason why subscription only, rituals is subscription only. I've done enough rituals with the public. Now I'm moving into private. Yes. Love you, Swiri. May the reals of my... Mwah, mwah, mwah. Me, Mount Kenya is already helping me. Oh. Do you know that I grew up in floods? Me, personally, I grew up in floods. For years and years and years, my home was always where the floods were coming fast. But this year, I keep calling my mother to ask her, you guys are not yet floating on top of water. My mother is telling me, this time, the politician here really worked. The water was channeled. It has not even destroyed my plants. You know me, I come from a place where water used to enter our house all the time. This year is the first year that water has not gotten into our compound. In fact, even our farms, the water just came and left. So me, I'm witnessing miracles of Mumbi. I'm witnessing miracles of Mother. I'm witnessing miracles of being in the mountain. Because now I'm where I live is in the mountain. Where I live in Nairobi is in the mountain. And where my parents are living, they've not had floods for the first time in years. And this flood has taken everybody. Kenyans, you can see it. It has taken everybody, but it has not set foot on my home. Favor. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. And me, I'm just happy, oh. I'm just happy. Yes, Kano, no floods. I'm happy. The writings are always on the walls. I'm continuing to live my life in heaven, and I choose heaven every day for me and my lineage and my family. Every day I choose heaven. Even if I was born in hell, I am choosing heaven every day. Let's go to the astrological weather. Let's go to the astrological weather. Now, guys, I'm going to talk to you about the astrological weather. First of all, you must realize where we are right now. Just a few months ago, Pluto entered Aquarius. Pluto is the farthest planet. As I always draw circles to you, let me draw. Actually, I think I have a circle here. Yeah. So the last time I was teaching, I taught you guys with this thing. I was showing you guys this thing. So when Pluto is usually here, right? You know, when you know the solar system, you know. Pluto is usually here. And here, this is the center. This is the magnetic center, and then Pluto is usually at the farthest end. So now when Pluto enters Aquarius, Pluto, the planet of transformation, entering the sign of knowledge, sign number 1. Remember, Aquarius is number 1 in the numerological table. So Pluto, the planet of transformation, is entering Aquarius. Now that is the astrological weather that we have currently. So you must know how to navigate it. Now, how, first of all, do you navigate Pluto entering Aquarius? Now, the planet of transformation. Pluto is the planet of transformation entering the sign of I know myself. So knowledge is going to be transformed. Everything we have known for the past 200 years is going to be looking like it is upside down. It is going to be looking like it is upside down. That knowledge is going to be transformed, and it's going to be looking like it is upside down. Now, the best way to survive these times is psychic. You must be psychic now. You must utilize your intuition. Everybody has it, even men. You have that X chromosome within you. Every man has at least an X chromosome. Women, you are all intuition. You are all XX. Men are intuition and memory. So everybody must use their psychic ability in order to survive Pluto being in Aquarius. Now, how do you use your psychic ability? By knowing where you individually are in space. Do you know who you are? If you don't know who you are, you will not survive the period of Pluto being in Aquarius. Guys, kama umeshindwa kusubscribe, ngoja saa zingine. Please wait, you will subscribe another time. Just don't force, just flow. You must know where you individually are in space. Where are you in space? Who are you? Are you bringing the water here? Are you bringing fire? Are you bringing earth? Are you an air? You must know who you are in space. Because remember, before you existed, a lot of time passed. And after you will exist, a lot of time will pass. Now, who you are during this particular point in time is what connects you to everyone who is present in this particular point in time. Remember, as long as we are present in the same timeline, we have everything to do with everything. Everything has everything to do with everything. I have everything to do with you. You have everything to do with me. That's why we exist in the same timeline. If I had nothing to do with you, you would have existed in the 13th century. Or I would have existed in the coming centuries. But guess what? You and I are here in the now. So you must know, what do you have to do with me? What do you have to do with your president? What do you have to do with your children? What do you have to do with everything, with the philosophies of the world right now? You must know. We are no longer in a timeline where now you are giving way to Beyonce, Rihanna. Now you are giving way to the celebrities to live their lives, and then you are staying at the background cheering. That is not the lifetime that we are on currently. We are no longer in the timeline of worshiping other people. We are in the timeline of worshiping self. So you must know that you have everything to do with everything here and now. And don't look down on yourself. How to fail Pluto in Aquarius is by looking down on yourself. Thinking that you don't belong here. Thinking that you're just a tiny speck that shouldn't have been. No. You are here because you are helping hold energies in place here. And remember, what relationship do we have? You must know the relationship you have with everybody. Like me, I am Swiri Nyar Kano. The energy that I embody is in everybody on this planet in a particular fraction. Like the energy that I am as a whole, it is present in you in a particular fraction. That is why you are able to find me. That is the thread that is connecting you to me. Now, anytime you empower that energy within you, the energy connecting you to me, every time you empower it within yourself, you are empowering me. Same way, the energy that you embody as a whole, it is present in me. That is the reason why you are capable of seeing me and I'm capable of appearing in your energy field. Now, when I empower the energy that is you, that is present in me, like when I empower your energy within myself and I give it power, the energy that you embody, when I give it power within myself, I am directly empowering you. I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to talk to you to empower you. I don't need to know you to empower you. As long as the energy you embody, I am empowering it within myself. I am empowering you. Now, the dark side of this is, as long as the energy you embody, I am shrinking it within myself. I am shrinking you. As long as the energy I embody, you are shrinking it within yourself. You are shrinking me. So you must be aware of that. You must be aware of our relationship with one another, and you must be aware that we are the ones keeping each other alive. Beyonce is alive because the energy she embodies has a speck of it within yourself. The moment you empower that energy within yourself, you are empowering Beyonce. Jay-Z exists because the energy that they embody is within yourself. The moment you empower that energy within yourself, you are empowering them. Vice versa is also true. So my amazing people, you must know you are bearing on the planet. You must know which energy is this that I embody. That when Vivian empowers it, then I'm getting empowered. You must know that energy that you embody. And you must know that that is the energy that is making sure that everybody you are coming across, you are coming across. Without that energy, you will not be coming across the type of people you are coming across. Remember, we have 8 billion people on this particular planet. So what is making you come across Saturn and not come across Saturn? The type of energy that you embody. Without that energy, you will not meet those people. So you must know who you are. That is how you survive this astrological weather. Now, your work as a human being, after you've known your energy now, is to stay in alignment. How do you stay in alignment? After you've known the energy that you embody, you must now stay in alignment with it. How do you stay in alignment with it? Listen to me. By ensuring that what you think matches what you feel. And what you feel matches what you hear. And what you hear matches what you smell. And what you smell matches what you speak. And what you speak matches what you see. And what you see matches all your senses. Some people have an issue. What they think, they cannot say it. What they think that, oh, by the way, you are such an ugly individual. And then when they are speaking, they'll tell you, hey, you're so beautiful. You are out of alignment. If you're that kind of a person, you are out of alignment. That's how you fall out of alignment and your teeth start getting, rotten and stuff like that. The moment what you feel is not what you're saying. Always make sure that what you feel is what you're saying. What you think is what you're saying. Be in alignment and don't give a fuck whether somebody's getting offended. If they are getting offended, they are supposed to get offended. Because remember, you have this power of life and death. Point things out as they are to you. To you. You are a specific CCTV with a specific view. Trust your view. The eye of Horus will tell you that nobody sees what you see. So trust what you see, because the universe is trusting what you see. All of us in this timeline, we are trusting what you see. What you see is contributing to the collective consciousness. So the moment you are not trusting what you see, you are failing as a team. You are failing as a team. So I said this. In order to ensure you stay in alignment, ensure that what you think matches what you feel, and it matches what you hear, and it matches what you smell, and it matches what you speak, and it matches what you see, and it matches all your senses. Like all the senses must match each other. All your senses must match each other. Don't be somebody when you are somebody who in your head you're thinking she's such a stupid individual. And then in your mouth you're telling them, oh, but you're just okay. Maybe probably they're your boss. People pleasing. You are failing us. The moment you're behaving like that, you're failing us. Your chakras are supposed to be very aligned. Stop people pleasing, because it is people pleasing that make people to dodge. People pleasing, wanting to be liked, fearing of being alone. Those are the things that will make you to dodge and you make biased judgments. Just tell people the truth. If somebody is beautiful, tell them the truth. There are some people who, in their head, they know that, hey, by the way, this person is so beautiful. Oh, God, they're so beautiful. But what their mouth will say, hey, your nose, do something about your nose. You look beautiful, but do something about, you're not saying the truth. What you're feeling is not what you're saying. What you're thinking is not what you're saying. When you start, that is when you hear people saying you're not aligned, that is what it is. And guess what? The fruits of not being in alignment manifest on your face. If you are somebody who you don't tell people the truth, the psychics and the spiritualists will see it on your face. Your face will form. Your face will form to portray your behavior. Your face always forms to portray your behavior. It does not lie. That is the universal order. If you're somebody who you are not accurate, you are out of alignment, your face will tell it all. You will think that nobody's seeing you, but your face is exploded very fast. So if you want to have peace on this particular planet, if you want to be in harmony, just say the truth. If you think something is bullshit, say it. Bullshit. Even if the owner of it is the one who paid you 50 million last week. Bullshit. Don't let money stop you from being in alignment with yourself. Because most of the time it is money, especially with Africans, money stops a lot of people from being truthful to themselves, from being in alignment. And that is how money is used to buy brains. Money is used to buy people. Because now when somebody buys you with money, now you will be you will now be talking out of alignment. Even if they poop there, you will say, oh, what a good behavior. What a nice behavior you have. You're not being authentic. And that will manifest on your face. And even you, when you look at yourself, you will not like yourself anymore. You will have money, but you look like somebody whose face has been run over by a bus. How many people have money but they don't like the way they look? How many people have money but even that money cannot have them access certain places of spiritual standards? You don't need money to become yourself. You need yourself to become money. Not all money is good money. Go for the money of peace of mind. Oh. Go for the money that will give you peace of mind. Money that will, you will channel to your peace of mind. Peace of mind is wealth in itself. Peace of mind is wealth in itself. Because when you don't have peace of mind, your face is being torn apart. It will show on your face. Some people, you go for surgery to look at a certain way. When looking at that way it only requires you to have a peace of mind. Some people will go for surgeries to look a certain way, but the only thing you need in order for you to look at that way is peace of mind. Peace of mind gives you the prettiest face. Because do you know where peace of mind comes from? Peace of mind comes from harmony. And in the tree of life, we have someone called Chesed and Gebura. Now this is me now speaking another language, but please just stay with me. Now Chesed is like the left side of the ovary. And then Gebura is like the right side of the ovary. The left side of the ovary is the law and order lava. Kindness lava. Law and order lava. You know, the ones that stay in the law and order, they love the law and order. Those are the intuitive ones, the feminine ones. And then Gebura has the law enforcers. For you to maintain law and order, you must have the law enforcers, the ones who will punish those who break the law. You must have the law enforcers. Now, the union between the law and order, the lawmakers, which are the women are the lawmakers. The union between the lawmakers, which is the left ovary is the lawmakers, and the right ovary is the law enforcers. The union between the lawmakers and the law enforcers, the union between Chesed and Gebura is what gives birth to Tiferet. Who is Tiferet? Harmony, beauty. Now, if you're somebody who you are not capable of having lawmakers, the lawmakers within yourself, you're in a kiyama, and the law enforcers work together, you will not reach a state of harmony. You must be aligned. You must make sure that when you are required to enforce the law, you enforce the law. And when you are required to make the law, you make the law. Lawmakers work from kindness. Lawmakers work from kindness. Law enforcers, no mercy. They work from a place of no mercy because that is what the universe is. The vagina is self-cleansing. The universe is also self-cleansing. When you fuck up, you are removed. You're taken to jail. When you fuck up on the planet, you are removed. So that is literally what the men are usually there to do. The masculine is there to enforce the law. The feminine is there to make the law. So when these two work together, we reach a state of harmony. That is like your masculine and your feminine side. When they work together, you reach a state of harmony, and that is what brings beauty. You see this thing you see on people's face, and you're like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. It is an aura. It is just an aura that is exuding on them. And that aura is birthed by the union of Chesed and Gebura. I will teach this in depth on with the subscribers. I will teach the entire tree of life with the subscribers. But just know that for now. Yes, so the process of you staying in alignment is the process of you activating the Eye of Horus. So the Eye of Horus is activated by the knowledge of self. You must know yourself. When you know yourself now, you be yourself. The moment you are not yourself. Now let me say this the way it's supposed to be said. You only see things as they are when you are who you are. The moment you are not who you truly are, nothing will be to you as it is. Listen again. Even those people who are looking at me right now, the only people who are capable of seeing me for who I truly am are people who are capable of seeing themselves for who they truly are. The only people who are capable of seeing me for who I truly are people who are true to themselves. People who are not true to themselves, they look at me and they see all type of things. Some of them see a damn bitch. Some of them see a big mouth. Some of them see, they see the things that are reflections of them. But people who truly are who they are and they know their truth, those are the only ones who see everything for what it truly is. So that is the Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus is the eye that sees everything for what it truly is. Okay? The Eye of Horus is the eye that sees everything for what it truly is. Now, how do you manage to see things for what they truly are? Activate self-knowledge. Stipulate. Now, the Eye of Horus stipulates that nobody sees what you see. Your eyes are a pair of cameras that only see what your brain is ready to comprehend. If your brain can't comprehend it, it stays in your blind spot. If your brain cannot see it, most of the time when I talk here, like for example, when I say something like the way I was saying, where is that paper? The way I was saying that this is the vagina, 0 is the vagina because it is the shape of the vagina, and phallus, dick, is number 1 because it is the shape of 1. Now some people, they'll be like, but how come I did not see that? I've never seen that. When the brain is blind, the eyes cannot see. When the brain is blind, the eyes cannot see. Even if I put it to you like this. This is what I'm talking about. You will never see it. You will never see it. If the brain is not blind, if the brain does not have it, if the brain cannot comprehend it, then the eyes are useless. When your brain is blind, your eyes become useless. You don't have the Eye of Horus. How do you activate the Eye of Horus is by knowing yourself. Now, going by the logic, oh no, wait. Now, your Eye of Horus is also divided into 2. Always, spirituality is always repeating itself. You have your left eye, and then you have your right eye. Now, your left eye which is representative of intuition, the feminine. The intuition or your left eye run the world of the unknown. Your left eye sees the unknown. The things that are not obvious. Right now, when I start looking at this book and then I tell you to look at it, we will not see the same thing. Why? Because we have different left eyes. Your left eye see the unknown, while your right eye see the known. Your left eye see the unknown, the feminine. Your right eye see the known, the masculine. So you must know that. You must know, in order to activate the Eye of Horus, what do? Be who you truly are. As long as you are not who you truly are, you will never see anything for what it truly is. Are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together? What of those who use left hand rather than their right hand? They use more intuition more than memory. They use more intuition more than memory. Direct like that. Now, Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus is represented by the tear. Your tear. You always see how the Eye of Horus is always drawn. I don't know whether I have a picture here that I can show. I think I do. Guys, I just want to show you what I'm talking about. Do I really do is it really here? Baby girl is not here. See? I'm sure everybody has ever seen this. This is the Eye of Horus and it represents different things. You've seen this thing. So this is the tear. This one that is falling down, it is the tear and it is activated by touch. Okay? This is the tear and it is activated by touch. Now your tear means you can be touched. The Eye of Horus has all this. This is the component. Your tear means you can be touched. What's next? Now let me just mention it for all of you to see. Now the Eye of Horus, this is the tear, this is the tongue. Okay? This is the tear. This is the tongue. What does the tongue mean? Your tongue means you can cast a spell. This means you can be touched. This means you have the power of life and death, of casting a spell. Okay? And then the ear. The ear is this one. Most of the time you see us black women, we like drawing this. We like drawing this. It comes from this philosophy. And this is the ear. Like it's literally close to the ear. So this side of the Eye of Horus, it represents your ear. And your ear means spell can be casted on you. So remember, this is the tear. The tear means you can be touched. This one, and you can also touch. You can be touched and you can touch. You can cast a spell and spells can be casted against you. This one means you can cast a spell. This one means spells can be casted against you. Okay? You are vulnerable to spells the same way people are vulnerable to your own spells. Now, we have the eyebrow. Here, this one. The eyebrow there, it means you can think. That eyebrow means you can think. And then we have this side, the nose. So this is the eye. This side of the eye represents the nose because it is close to the nose. This side of the eye represents the ear, which is because it is close to the ear. Now this side, it means, this one, means that you are vulnerable to other people's spells. Like literally when somebody says something, it can affect you. Now the tongue, you see this one? This is the tongue. It is close to the tongue. All this is representing what part of the eye is close to which part of the head. This one is close to the ear. This is close to the tongue. And then we have the tear that comes out, which is the water. And then we have the side that is close to the nose. Now, the side that is close to the nose is showing your discernment. Your discernment level, your reception to other people's energies, and then your thoughts. Your thoughts, your discernment level, your reception to other people's energy, your ability to cast a spell, and then your ability to be touched and touch. So when you look at the Eye of Horus, that is what it represents. So it means, the entire eye means that you have a vision. Like you are capable of having a vision. You are capable of seeing. Well, be it seeing into the past, be it seeing into the future, be it seeing the present, you're capable of seeing. Activation of your right eye activates your memory, and your left eye activates your intuition. Both the memory and intuition, when activated, forms your self-knowledge and psychic awareness. Your self-knowledge and psychic awareness. Now your eyelashes, usually they are not included in the Eye of Horus, but the lashes are usually there to prevent. It's like a curtain. It's a curtain that prevents attacks and whatever. It prevents entities from entering into your portal. Remember, the eyes are the window to the soul, and the eye is an open portal. Dirt can get in, dust can get in, entities can get in, gas can get in, whatever. So your lashes are protective. They are the protector there. They are the protector there. They are the protector there. Anyway, guys, pew, 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 pew. Thank you so much for coming into this live. And I've gotten a lot of subscribers. I will always preach the message of subscription because I want to transition there. I just want to have my people that I can talk to and teach as we go on. I'm here for a long time. So my subscribers, oh, Mr. Eve, thank you so much, girl. Thank you. I appreciate it. What are the eyebrows? For thoughts, my dear, thoughts. That's why, people usually are like, what did you say? Yeah, like, those are the thoughts, man. Thoughts. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming here. I'm seeing people are gifting me still. Stella, thank you so much. Guys, people who have gifts, please bring me. And people who are subscribing, also subscribe. Nola, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Somebody start asking, oh, Oracle, best mini, thank you so much. Most High Foods, I love you so much. I always see you around, You're some of the people whose energies I see around a lot. So thank you so much. Ati babe, hiyo nguo ina reflect messages. Oh, ebu nikae na huku. Oh, Andre, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Guys, keep the gifts coming. Tiffany, thank you. Nola, thank you. In the beginning of this live, I went live with a Russian guy. That was a good beginning during the dark. Thank you, Best Mini. I love you so much. You look so beautiful. Nilotic, River Lake, Kano. Kano Kolwa. If at all you want to thank somebody for my beauty, I'm channeling you. Kano, the River Nile, straight into the Namlolwe. That is the responsible. Those are the responsible ones for this beauty. Yes, thank you, Nola. Thank you so much, guys. 714, mighty. I love you guys so much. And tell your friends to subscribe. People who want to do this with me. Oh, Lavender, thank you so much for that. Karenzo, thank you. Mess, thank you so much. Nola, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Most High Foods, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Into the Namlolwe or out of the Namlolwe. Out of the Namlolwe, the Nile out of the Namlolwe. Yes, Tecto Tarto Timoleche. Me, I'm not here to joke with anybody. I'm here to teach. Tell everybody and tell them the men who are weaklings to stay away from me. Kathy, thank you so much. Nola, thank you so much. 90 subscribers. I thought I was going to start my class with 50 people. But guess what? Grace is sufficient. Grace is sufficient. Grace is sufficient. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. My students, see you in class on Friday, but I'm going to announce it. I'm going to announce it before the class. How do you know who you truly are? By being who you truly are. Your body knows who you truly are. Listen to your body. Stop listening to the society. If your body tells you, first of all, the easiest way to know who you are, your language. Speak your language, my friend. Some of you want to speak the colonizer's language, but the colonizer cannot even speak some of our languages. The colonizer cannot even say the word ngon. The colonizer cannot say the vagina in my language. They cannot say certain words from your language, and that is an advantage. Some of you think that is not an advantage. The moment you're speaking, remember, sound is healing. Sound is healing. The moment you're capable of having your body vibrate certain sounds from your lineage, that is how close you're getting to your lineage. The moment you are not allowing your body to echo certain sounds from your lineage, that is the farthest away you're getting away from your lineage. These white people whose languages you want, their languages are very young. Their languages are very young. Remember, African ancestors were the first ones here. So because the African ancestors were the first ones here, their languages are very old. Our languages are very old. The white man's language came from the African languages. Their languages are very young. It's like a child's language. The white man does not even have the tongue to say certain words from us. And even us Africans, I don't have the tongue to say other Africans' words. Like there's this click sound from South Africa. People cannot say that. And that gives South Africans an advantage. Because every time they say it, they are connecting more to their ancestry. Now you want to speak the language of somebody who cannot even name the vagina in your language. If you cannot name the vagina in my language, you are beneath me. Me, I can name the vagina in your language, vagina. I can say vagina in Greek, I can say vagina in Latin, I can say vagina in Italy, I can say vagina in English. Tell an Englishman to say vagina in Luo. Tell them. They will not. And those are small things, but literally they create an impact. Your language, it takes you back. It takes you deeper in intuition. So please, if you want to know yourself more, the first remedy that you must know, speak your ancestral language. The more accent you have, the closest you are to your ancestors. And a white man cannot say ngon. A white man will say, even Lupita, nyongo. They don't even know how to pronounce nyongo. They don't know how to pronounce nyongo ever. So if we were to bring our language for white people to learn, they would fail. They would fail from day one. So if you don't know how to speak English, you're just failing in a language who's owned by people who would also fail in yours. You shouldn't now see that, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid because I can't speak in English. Can a white man speak your language? Can a white man speak your language? So if somebody cannot speak your language, never feel bad if you're butchering their language, my friend. Butcher their language because they cannot speak yours. So respect yourself as an African. Respect yourself as an African. The reason why the white man decided to create his own entire education system is because they were running away from ascension. They were dodging the path of the wilderness. They were dodging the metaphoric pain that is in learning the African things. Nobody wants to learn African things. So they said, that is so difficult. We cannot learn that. We will kill them all. We start our own. If the world was literally still going by the African education, we would have the smartest people on the planet. You know why? Because African languages are the most difficult to learn. Now you with your English, you think you're the smartest. I wish you would read The Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. Williams will tell you that education, the white man's education, was actually first of all created to create a rift. To make Africans who have gained the white man's education think that they are smarter than the Africans who have not. That was the first rift that was created. And that rift came with age. It made now the young ones think that they are more smart than the older ones. And that is how Africa lost its way. We lost our way by thinking that knowing Spanish is achievement. Knowing English is achievement. And at the same time, Englishmen don't know your language. You know, it's hogwash. Somebody's telling you that, oh, by the way, you know, if you learn my language, you will be the smartest. The first thing I'd ask that person is, are you going to learn my language so that I know if you're the smartest? Or is it that just your language I'm learning? Because as long as it's just your language I'm learning, then it's colonization. You're trying to absorb me into your DNA. It's supposed to be the other way. As we are learning English here, they are supposed to be learning Luo there in the Europe. But are they doing it? No, because they want to colonize. But the beauty of that is it's a blessing in disguise. Because we know their language. They don't know ours. And you will see where the danger is with that. One day we are going to see how our ancestors were protecting us by ensuring that we know everybody's language, but they don't know ours. That's a weapon right there that many people don't know about. Many people don't know about that weapon right there. The fact that they know nothing about our language, but they let us into their territories. We know you. You cannot gossip now. You cannot gossip, even spiritually. You cannot. Somebody in France, we have black people everywhere. We have black people everywhere who will always translate. Even in China, there's nothing they will say over there that we will not know what they're saying. But us, freedom. I can koroga, and you will not hear anything, my friend. So even freedom of speech is going to reach a point where it will be not possible. Because now we will just shift. They gave us the power to become millions even more. Because now we know theirs, they don't know ours. That's risky, my friend. That's risky. Anyway, somebody keeps saying the 714, the Goldens too. What does that mean? What does that mean, baby girl? What does that mean? Because I'm almost going. Thank you so much, Bells. Thank you so much. This Ushirikina topic, I'm so happy to start it with my subscribers. And I hope people who are subscribing, don't subscribe just to come and spy on me so that you go, please, subscribe for good cause. Oh, we are at 94. But see, we get at 100, guys. Let's get to 100 subscribers today. So that every other live I go, we do 50. And then we get to the top. Let's get to 100. We have how many more? If it is 94, then let's get those 6 people. Let's get those 6 people. I see Ann Kigoro, thank you so much. And it's going to reach a point where now only subscribers will be commenting. Do you know the future is so bright? When I start having only subscribers commenting, let's say I reach 200 subscribers and I only have subscribers commenting, my friend, I will not be dealing with people on the comment section trying to fuck me up, sending me psychic attacks. Clean. We will be clean here. Clean. Me, I'm building ISIS. Yes, the future is bright. I love the future. Anita, thank you so much. Guys, 5 more, 5 more, 5 more, 5 more, 5 more, 5 more. Oh, ndio hiyo. 4 more, 4 more, 4 more, 4 more. 4 more. 4 more. If they ban TikTok, guys, we are going to OnlyFans. Backup plan is already there. Don't even worry that, oh my God, they're going to ban her TikTok now. Where will you get her? If they ban TikTok, OnlyFans, my friend. Unstoppable. We are unstoppable. Just know that. Don't even have any thought that we are going to be killed anytime soon. The time to be killed has already passed. The time to cut my neck has already passed. They remove TikTok. We move to OnlyFans, Patreon. There are other places that are subscribers only based. We will move on. Don't be shocked, my friend. Don't be afraid, Don't be afraid. Yes, my friend. Me, I'm not stopping. If you are somebody, you're watching me and you are waiting for me to stop, go tell your lineage. It's not ending anytime soon. Not ending anytime soon. It ends when I die. This revolution ends when I die. And we are going to go so far. We are going to go so far. The neck that I have right now, my Taurus is very masculine. My Taurus has muscles. So prepare. There's no stopping us. There's no stopping us. So far, goal achieved. Goal achieved. Goal achieved. Goal achieved. Why are you people making me so happy today? Oh my God. Do you know what 101 subscribers mean? By the way, guys, if in case you don't know, some of us, we like literally me, I will tell you just the truth. I'm on payroll. I'm on TikTok's payroll. Every month I get a salary. There are certain creators on TikTok that have salaries every month from TikTok. And me, I'm one of them. And I'm happy, oh. I'm happy, oh, because I'm being paid to do what I love. And I wish this for everybody. I wish this for everybody. I swear, I wish this for everybody. May you be paid for what you love. May you be paid to do what you love. May you be paid to do what you love. Because me personally, I am on TikTok's payroll. Every month, TikTok tells me, hey, receive your payment, enjoy. Hey, receive your payment, enjoy. So I hope you also get paid for what you love. Get paid doing what you love. Get paid doing what you love. Get paid doing what you love. Please. Anyway, up to that particular point, Angela, thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who have subscribed. And I will see, I'm dedicating my life to you. I will teach you until I die. And I will do research. And I will make use of my Achilles heel to teach until I die. And I'm very satisfied where I am. I don't want more. I just want to expand as we go. I want to expand as you expand. As I expand, you expand. Please don't let me expand alone. Don't let me expand alone. From the time I started teaching from the farm, I've expanded up to this point. Expand with me. Expand with me. Expand with me. Don't let me expand alone. Expand with me. Anyway, other than that, today I'm so happy. And you see the way this live started south and it has ended so well. Nimeshukuru jamani. Nimeshukuru. Wale wote nimeshukuru na saa hizi. I will start now. Literally, I want to also inspire you. Every time I come live, I want to inspire you. So I want to start doing certain things just to inspire when I come live. Be it fashion, be it whatever. I want to now start doing it even more so that I even inspire you more when I come live for you to also be happy in your life. Yes. Anyway, thank you. And I will talk to my subscribers, Kano. I will talk to you guys probably maybe tomorrow or today. Probably tomorrow. But thank you. Asanteni sana, guys. Asanteni sana. And sleep well. Those who are going to sleep. Those who are not going to sleep, have a beautiful day. Thank you. And welcome to my kingdom. Welcome to this empire. Welcome to the rise of Isis. Welcome to the reawakening of Al-Kebulan. Welcome to the spiritual world. Tayu. Yeah, the national anthem and then we go. The East African anthem. Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano viwe msingi wa umoja wetu, na tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. And Tanzanians, stop fighting with Kenyans, please. Viwandani na hata mashambani, tufanye kazi sote kwa makini, tujitowe kwa hali na mali, tuijenge jumuiya bora. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, you guys are triplets that keep fighting all the time. Kindly stop fighting. Let's be intentional about not fighting. Mchongoano, yes, but fighting from the heart of destruction, no. Mchongoano, yes. Fighting from the heart of destruction, no. Anyway, we are siblings. Hey, we fight so much. But anyway, I love you guys. I love Tanzania. I love Kenya. I love you all. So bye.